11 or 6, whatever.
That's not 3 hours away. Alright, so we're going, yeah?
Should be good.
Sorry, what?
As far as I know, anyway. But maybe it's not being that way. Let's check
And
it.
it's just when you start talking, you break up on my end a little bit.
Yeah, it seems to be up at least.
Okay, right, well, welcome everybody to episode 16 of The Darkness Returns. Previously, the party had a interesting, welcome to the local area. Seeing people fighting as they're coming out the tavern. Meeting a young new girl named Tara, who helped outfit Talia a little bit more appropriately for the region. What else really happened? Visited the blacksmith. Found out about wolves in the local area. And how the hunting party was going out to deal with the rest of them, or try to. The guys discovered found the Pax trail, which led them to this cave. They killed the ones guarding outside, and made their way inside to discover a colossal bear, defending a small child against the four wolves that they could see in front of them, the 2 pack members as well as the Alpha and the Luna. The party set up to make a charge, and that's what we ended. So it goes straight from there, And do you guys want to roll for initiative right now, or do you want to do anything first?
From what I remember, last time we were literally like right at the second of clash when we cut off. So we were probably already in going in for battle. So I think we probably should be doing some initiative right now.
Okay.
We ended on a very dramatic action point.
It's like that. Well, I don't think anybody played Tron, but right would be
I got
loads into the match.
advantage on
the enemies going. That's what I meant.
17.
Okay. Hang on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll these guys first, because there's several of them.
There we go. Man, that was slow.
Sorry about this. Right, so what do you guys get?
17.
Finally. Sorry about the wait.
That's fine.
It's going slow.
29. Okay. So Tardy definitely goes first.
Thank you, Alert Feet. Alert Feet plus Cap Dexterity.
Do your alert feet get more alert with those floaty boots?
I mean, I think the only way to get higher initiative is to be one of the types of wizard that adds their intelligence to initiative with the alert feat, with capped charisma, with capped intelligence. That's a plus 15.
Is it dexterity? I thought it was persistence bonus you add to your initiative.
Initiative is dexterity.
Oh.
Bards actually get half their proficiency, and then Rangers get to add their wisdom mod, but I don't know about the wizard side, too. So, like, if you want to go
with
first,
advantage.
They get the jack of all trades. Every ability that they don't have proficiency in, they add half, and initiative is an ability check.
Yep.
So, I mean, if you wanted to min-max it, but I don't think initiative is as important in 5e as it is in Pathfinder.
Okay. So,
Well, there's less rocket tag.
Yeah.
well, first up is the Primal Bear, just because, doesn't matter what he rolled, he's going first. Purely for visual scene.
Yeah, he's been here the whole time. He's had his initiative forever.
As you guys sort of like, well, you can make a rush as you're coming in, but the Alpha, he literally orders the smaller ones to surround the bear, which they start moving when it comes to their turn. But you guys, as you kind of initiated, I'm giving you surprise straight away. I.e., you got the first combat round before they go. So that's not. Tony, you're actually up first because you rolled the highest initiative out of everything here other than the bear.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna go and take a look at this Alpha here.
Mm-hmm.
And Flaw is gonna try to throw a few punches just to lock him in. 12 and 19.
Yeah, no, they miss.
19 misses.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gonna have to do better than a 10 then. And then I'm gonna dodge as a bonus action. Burn a key to do that.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to see where that one's coming from. The second up is actually big. Because you rolled just a shy of thing.
I'm going to grip the sick axe and rush this cube wolf here and be like, let's make a coat of this bitch, sicko, and chop down at her. And find the right dice. And that missed. Second attack. Let's see. 27? No, 25.
Actually, no, that just misses. If it had been 27, yeah.
What? Holy shit, that's actually going to be quite hard to hit. Because 16 is not a bad roll.
Mm-hmm. At the moment, they're sort of like technically getting a small buff from having like a pack around them. So, that's actually adding to it.
Okay. There isn't any pack next to them though.
Well, no, these guys are just behind them. I just put them spaced out, because they're just setting up, But yeah, actually, yeah, they'd have to technically. Yeah, you're right. Actually, it does actually have to be right beside him. So yeah, okay, that one actually does hit.
Oh, so it got hit then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then.
Because you've actually got a point there in being right beside them. Yeah.
Alrighty then. Now I gotta figure out. Okay, 12s. Chop. Regular damage. Oh, of course. So that's God damn it! I guess so many things. 6 points of regular damage. Lame. And 11 points of necrotic damage.
So that's down on the female, yes.
The blue one.
Yeah, he's fighting the Luna.
Yeah, she yelps and instinctively turns to face you.
And I look her in the face and be like, that
doesn't have
head
to
is going to be a
react.
hat soon.
Yeah, she doesn't have a reaction, I'm afraid. So, better get the right thing up. And that brings us to Miss Windle. You're sort of like behind the rest of them. You know.
Rock,
Yeah.
you alive?
Yeah.
Oh, it's your turn.
Okay. Um. Okay. Speed. Again. Damn it. Fuck you. Five, 15, 20, 30, 35. Okay. Birds goes there. Yeah. Bird's gonna attack. Mm. Mm, seven, seven. 16 for the first claw,
Yeah, that hits.
and that hits. Second claw. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. Boom. I'll just do this. It's much easier. Wait. Oh, add. So that should be 10. I don't know why. It didn't add a point. It should be 4.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, that one there takes a sort of like chunk out of it. You know, it yelps and is bleeding from its back. You know, because it wasn't expecting this from above. So.
The woolly mammoth would be an ally, so it could go through these dudes, right? Or
I
You can move through allies.
yeah.
That doesn't seem right.
well, the allies move slightly. You know.
You'd have to move
What is-
significantly to get out of the way. Isn't it a rhinoceros?
Yeah.
You
A
just
woolly
think, like,
rhino.
unless they're
I thought-
careful, you just get barreled over by that thing.
I actually thought
Unless
it
it
was a mammoth.
tiptoes through there. I want to see the
No,
rhino
it's a
just tiptoe
woolly
through like the group of guys,
rhinoceros.
like deep, 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 deep,
Yeah.
very
Okay.
carefully.
Yep. Speed. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. It only gets like right there.
I'm gonna allow my imagination to think that they got crushed. I find that more
But
fun.
he could run. So I'm gonna say he moves up there. Is that a that's a wall right there? Like, can I fit there? Is it?
Yeah. It's just
Uh,
it'll be a case of it's just sort of like slightly pinned up against the wall with its backside. You know.
okay. And can Mr. Windle do anything? Yeah. Yeah. I'm done. If it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, these guys, I got the wrong thing selected. And these guys come running up, straight up towards it as well. These ones come running over here. I mean, not having a lot of room, you know.
Oh,
They
oh, never mind. I already said that. I passed.
well, that was
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I could have done something. Shit. Oh well.
yeah. No, that doesn't hit. Mm. That actually does not hit even, and that was actually a 19. That's terrible. That definitely doesn't hit. Neither does that. So all four of them completely whiff all of their attacks. That's all that they can really do. Which now brings us to the primal bear. I mean, these two start instantly moving up and try to get up on him, and he takes a swing at both of them. Which I was just about to roll a digital dice, and I don't do that at the moment because I got the natural dice. uh, yeah. It's plus 11. Okay. That hits. That definitely hits. And that hits. Okay. He wait, I'll get on the right page. He literally grabs this one and bites down on it with his massive jaws, and also then slams down on it with one of his paws, doing quite a fair amount of damage. And then with his other claw, he literally backhands that one, sending it, knocking it back at least 5 foot. So I just gotta get that written down. That's the wrong thing. Okay. That brings us to Luna's turn. She'll turn and literally blast all three of you with her breath weapon, which I've got to look up again quickly. So, yeah, so she's basically hitting both Vikings and you, Big. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw of 15 or higher. I'll roll for these guys.
The Luna, so you big.
Yeah, Big,
16.
so-
I got 15
yeah.
or higher, bitch.
Oh man, these Vikings are fucking lucky as well. Alright, so let me just check that. Oh, alright, so I gotta find the D8. Yeah, so 1 second. 3, 6, 7, 8. What's 8 at 8? 16, isn't it?
Was it?
16, yeah.
Were you doing 8 times 2?
7. Yeah, you all take 17 points of damage.
Lucky,
And,
lucky.
and are slowed by 10%. So,
What was it? 17 points?
mm-hmm.
Alright.
So, wonderful. Also brings us to the Alpha. He's going to do the same thing to you guys. So you I don't think that would the woolly rhino be susceptible to cold, seeing as
If it's
covered
cold
in
enough.
Yeah, yeah,
I
it
don't
would be.
think it has any special resistance.
So, yeah. So I need you guys to roll. That Viking's fucking lucky. So is that fucking Viking. So, yeah. Tali and.
Tech save.
Oh no! You
Yeah.
take that.
Gotta try harder than a 2.
I'm on what do you say? Dexterity? Or, yeah?
Yeah.
For the
So,
rhino, not for you.
Yeah, I know. Okay, 1 second. I gotta do calculator. I gotta do some math, because they don't tell you what they actually do.
well, those that fail take 26 points of damage and are slowed by 10%. Yeah, they can.
I only took 13 because evasion.
Oh, it's
Mhm.
Okay.
But
Alright.
the other guys actually fucking succeeded. I seem to be doing well for the dexterity saving throws for some fucking reason.
Here we
Mhm.
go. Here we go. I failed.
Yeah, that's definitely a failure. Well, but is that for the woolly mammoth thing?
Yeah, that's what it, man. The thingy.
Okay, so yeah, you take, what was it, 26?
26.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said
Right, it takes 26 points of damage and is slowed by 10%, so speed drops.
Okay.
Because it's now covered in ice, so rougher move, harder to move.
And in 1,000 years, we're gonna find it and clone it.
The other wolf is going to take a swing at your bird. So, it's a d20. That's an 8 plus, what, for the winter wolf? $14 against your bird.
Huh?
Does,
What was it?
does a 14 hit your bird?
Does a 14 hit my bird? Yeah, yes.
Good.
You get hurt
Okay,
last fight? Yeah, I got hurt last fight, didn't it?
2. He takes 4 points of damage.
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah, a massive amount. I mean,
I
these
don't
aren't.
remember. I don't remember if this 33 is from the battle outside or it's before.
But he did get sort of like grounded in the last fight, didn't it? So.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. The Vikings whiffed all of theirs. You got to. This thing's been a bit weird for me tonight. 19. Yeah. So, yeah.
My bird is not looking good.
Yeah. 2, 6, 7, 8. So he does. Sorry about that. These guys, they all of them take a swing at their respective things. Two of them whiff it against. Well, one of them each fails against each one, but one of them also succeeds. So one hits the alpha and one hits the lunar, doing 9 points of damage to the lunar and 8 points of damage to the alpha. They're stinging bites to these guys at best. So they're sort of like pissed off.
Wait, the Vikings are doing that? Or who's attacking now?
It was the Vikings turn.
Oh, because I thought they had already had their turn because they moved up
Yeah,
there.
it was part of the surprise bit.
Okay, so they had a higher initiative than us or something.
Yeah, I've already rolled their initiative one.
No, I was just wondering because they went after me and Thali, and then
Yeah,
they
I
went
just
again.
put them at the end so that I could play them as a group right there and then.
Okay. Yeah, it's just
So
like
that
when
when
they
it came to
moved,
the actual
I
initiative,
thought they
put
just
them in.
worked up and missed a bunch of times, and then. But okay, yeah, I don't know.
Well, no,
I'm just confused
because
at the turn order at this point.
it's Tali, then you, then Miss Windle. Well, Primal Bear is technically first before Tali, but you know, in terms of like the actual characters, it's you three, and then it's pretty much everything fucking else all afterwards.
Okay.
It's coming up to the. Well, actually, when do you actually want to pop in, Dane? You know? Is she even here?
Dane?
Yeah, I'm here.
Because when do you actually want to join into the fight? Because I can add you in now or in like a couple of turns or whenever.
Now it's fine. I just was kind of waiting to see if you wanted me to roll initiative, or I was just coming in at the bottom of initiative, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're just coming at the bottom, really, you know, because you're like
Okay.
late to the fight, you know. But what I said to you about the other ones, just make it that you killed them, because it just things complicated as it is here, anyways.
Okay.
It's,
So this guy's running up with the bow that looks immaculate as he's running. And he's like, oh, you see, you got more there. Don't mind if I join in. And
terrible.
I will use levitation. Is the alpha still up?
Hang on. Yeah, the alpha is still up. I'm just trying to find. Why is your
Does it look bloodied or?
No, it has got blood on it, but it's just more pissed off. And I gave Tony control of your character.
Okay, how far away am I?
Well, you just literally
You
ran
just came in the cave.
Yeah. So just run up and seeing the scene in front of you.
It does kind of matter how far away I am. So. I'm all about that range. Although you don't have to worry about positioning with me, I just need range.
Well,
Is it?
You're only about 25 feet from the first one, from either of them.
Okay, cool. So action, cast levitate. Since I use my move action to approach, right? I don't have the ability to go up. And then bonus action, I'm gonna curse the alpha.
Okay. That does.
It does stuff
it's
when
more
he
of a-
hits it.
Yeah, it's more of a buff for me than it is actually a thing against it. Everybody else doesn't get the pile on. It's just called a curse.
I'll just put a mark on him so that I'm aware of that one.
So,
Okay. So you're just running in and marking the target, basically.
yeah, well, I'm casting a spell on my. Well, it's not casting. I'm using an invocation on myself. But I use my move action to approach, so I can't do anything else. So that's my turn.
Okay. It's I just got to make sure you're there. Sorry, I'm just changing something quickly because I got the number order set up a bit weird. Right, there we go. Right, right, so yeah, you come charging in, and you see the scene before you. Humongous bear that is beyond sort of like reason in terms of size, and these two huge freaking walls. It's like okay, as well as a bunch of smaller ones. I should also point out that the bit that you're in at the moment is kind of like the entrance tunnel, so it's more a case of it's a lot shallower than the rest. Ah, okay. Right, 1 second, I'll change it over. Sorry about this going a bit slow at the moment. It's just taking us a couple of seconds. Come on, upload the image. Thank you. Much better. Sorry, I just couldn't be bothered changing it. That was where it was, right? Okay. And well, that will bring us straight up to the top of the town, which brings us to Talia. You've just been blasted in the face, with a bunch of freaking ice. You've got a giant freaking woolly rhino beside you, 2 Vikings on the other side. Well, using that as a description. Yo, Raptor, you there, man?
Yeah, sorry. Alrighty then. So, am I a? So, does this thing have any ability that prevents me from moving around its threatened?
No, not really.
Alright, then I'm gonna move to flank.
Because I mean, you can move around the target without leaving its combat range.
As long as I don't move away from it.
Yeah, I mean, I allowed that because that seems reasonable.
Right. So, do I have advantage flanking?
Yeah, you do because the rhino's on the other side.
All right. First is 19. Same as before.
That misses.
Second attack is 24.
Just 2 shot away from missing. From hitting. No, 4. Sorry, against the alpha.
Damn.
If you'd have hit 4 more, you'd have hit them. Is that your turn?
Damn. All right. Well.
My turn. Yeah. My turn.
When I flurry, I get to disengage because I'm as a drunken master. So I'm gonna flurry. There's a hit.
Mm-hmm. What's that total?
28.
Oh yeah, 28 actually just hits.
Jesus Christ. God damn it. Only 6 damage to it.
Oh, shit.
And I can withdraw up to 10 feet, so I'm going over there.
Okay, yeah, so, you pummel this thing, at least once. And it jumps, because you catch it right on the snout as it's coming in to bite you. And then, as it's shaking its head, you literally just vanish from its sight for a quick second, and you appear over there. If that's the end of your turn, that'll bring us up to Big.
Is there a way that I can kind of maneuver this wolf into a different position, like by attacking it in a particular way and putting myself in its way to kind of force it toward the bear?
Well, you could try all attacking from one side and driving it forward, well, driving it back into the bear's range.
That's what I want to do. I just don't know if it's possible within the game. But I kind of want to put myself in a place where it's like pushing it towards the bear to like maybe put it right in that area if I can.
Well, you
Like
can
that
try
would be the
to.
idea. I just don't know what the mechanics of something like that are.
Isn't that technically an intimidation role? You know, like being so fucking scary that it's more afraid of you
I
than the
don't know. I
bear.
was gonna try to use leverage in a way. Just kind of use my axe to shoot it, like hitting it with a broom or something. When you like try to get a cat out of something, you like, get out of here,
I
and you
don't
hit
know
it.
if your weapons have knockback effects attached to them. I mean, they're mostly bladed. You know, unless you want to try and hit it with the.
Well, I'm hitting
flat
it with
after
the
you knock
axe,
back.
but I'm trying to hit it in a way that it's gonna want to move over toward the bear to get out of its getting hit.
You can sort of like try and just be in its way and hit it really fucking hard. You know,
But
cause it a
yeah,
lot of
like
pain so
the
that it
idea
backs
is
out. You
like
know, I mean, other than that, I don't know.
if we play it in a way that can happen, I guess it's like
But I'll tell you what, if you actually do massive damage to it, I'll knock her back. But other than that, there's not much really mechanically that you know. That
yeah, because
you
this
don't
game
have any
doesn't really
skills that
lend to
does
like
that. So.
dynamic battling. All right, well I'm gonna try to hit it, and if I do good enough, I guess it'd be cool if that could work. Well, that's not gonna do it.
Okay.
Oh,
Roll
The other
high or
attack
low.
is not gonna do it either. But what was it? Roll high or low?
Well, yeah, pick. You know, high
Um,
it gets high. It doesn't get stuck. Low it does.
low.
Well, as I said, high it doesn't get stuck. Low it does. Well, you swing your axe down, and the wolf, you know, the Luna, she just definitely dodges out the way, and it slams into the ice, wedging itself there. You know, until the end of the next round. You know, well, until the next turn, where you can attempt to get it back again. Sorry, man.
All
Uh,
right.
I mean, you could leave it there and move if you want.
Can I take a? What is it? There's an action that you can, or is that in Pathfinder where we can do like this step back out of range or whatever?
Shift here. It's withdraw.
Is it just a move action?
I think it's an action, and then it lets you move normally.
So if I've already done my attack, then I
Dane,
can't
can you
do
correct
it.
me on
Or
that?
On what?
What action is withdraw?
It's an action.
all right, so there's no way to like back out of its attack range with a move. Like the
Well,
5
you
foot.
can back up. It'll just get an op attack.
No, that's what I
Yeah,
mean. I was like,
you
is there
have
if
to
there was
take
a
the
way to do it without the op
disengage.
attack?
You have to take the disengage action. It's not. There's no withdraw in 5e. It's disengage action.
All right. Yeah, I didn't know because I was like remembering
so you
from.
have to spend your standard. Rogues can do it as a bonus, and
All right.
maybe monks as well. They can do that shit as a bonus, but
Monks can do it as a bonus by spending ki.
All right. Well, then I'm not gonna do anything.
barbarians aren't really meant to retreat.
Well, it's not even a retreat. It's just a repositioning myself. But like I was gonna put myself in a more of a ranged stance since my axe is stuck in the ground, and I had the throwing axes. But whatever. I'm done.
Okay, well then that brings us to Miss Windle. It's your turn now.
Miss Winder. Okay. Alright, Bird is going to attack that dude over there with his 2 claws. Boom. Sorry, it's being slow. Come on, you stupid thing, roll. Or not. There it goes.
23. Yeah, that
I think that hits. All right, and oh, that roll went fast.
Well, the 21 that still hits. Yeah.
Okay.
The smaller ones, their AC isn't that great. The larger ones, you know, they're
Yeah, the
thicker
bigger
skin.
ones. Yeah. Right,
The alpha is just tougher
4,
because he's the male.
8 damage.
Your bird literally takes another couple of chunks out of this thing's back, and it's yelping quite a bit, and its white fur is now starting to become covered in blood, but it's not bloodied. It's just where
Yeah,
you're doing damage. It's making it much more easier to see.
My nose
Alright.
isn't
Alright.
bloody, it's just spewing blood.
Yeah, I mean, there's like blood dripping sort of like down onto the floor and everything. So
Alright. Okay. Oh, I have to. Oh, that's with the charge. Okay. I have to charge with that. Okay. And then I'm just going to gore. The Willy Mammoth is going to try to gore, because that's what the attack's called. Oh wait, is that guy dead?
no, it's just he's marked with something else as well.
Oh, okay.
No, but that's related to Dane's character.
All right. Okay. Okay. So the red dot, I think that's Alpha, right? Yeah. Woolly Mammoth. Yeah. 20. Oh, misses, right?
What, 20 total?
Yeah.
Yeah, that misses.
Okay. And Miss Wendell, what is the distance of this spell?
I hope it's something that doesn't target AC,
What?
because that's going to be the only way to do this fight, I think.
Oh no. Where is it? What damage? There it is. No, that's not it. Fucking. Okay. Anybody know the distance on enlarged human? Because I forgot that.
Enlarged
Like-
reduced, I think, has a. I think you can reach pretty much everyone with.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna roll the net 20, and I'm gonna try enlarge big.
Okay.
Come on, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
30-foot range.
Yeah.
Okay. That's an 8.
It actually works. So
Oh, that actually works. Oh, okay.
Non
Big is
extra
big.
large, colossal, ginormous.
Yeah. There you go.
What does that do
Alright.
to me?
That gives you a +2 to attack, but it -2 to AC, right? Am I right?
No.
No? Okay. Sorry.
No. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
Because it's different in 5e. It's not.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like, I know the damage die doesn't go up. It only adds 1d4. It doesn't give you reach. It doesn't do a lot of the same things, but I think
here.
it does at least increase your strength. First level, second level.
Is there something about like the Dungeons and Dragons rule set that just like everything that sounds like it'd be cool is lame?
They nerfed casters a lot in 5e.
Well, it seems like everything is just kind of like, oh, look how hard you can't hit, and look how big you can't get, and look how hard you can't reach, and look how whatever you can't do.
Okay, until the spell ends, the target also has advantage on strength checks and strength savings throws. The target's weapons also grow to match the new size. While these weapons are enlarged, the target's attack with them deals an extra 1d4 damage.
Oh,
That's it.
1d4.
I have potential
you
of
get an
hitting
extra 1d4 damage.
up to 4 points of damage, being twice my size. Woo.
And
What is
that's
what was the
cool.
advantage on?
Strength checks and
Strength.
strength saving throws.
Oh, so
Kind
pretty
of what
much
you already
nothing.
have as a barbarian. Yeah, you get an extra 1d4.
Wow,
We're learning,
that
You
was
could double that
pointless.
advantage on the
What is
last
even the
round,
point
though.
of any of that?
but you summoned, didn't you, Miss Wendell? Like, you summoned, so your summons disappear. All summon spells are concentration.
Wow, that was really a
And
lame
this is a
technique.
concentration
Then
spell.
Well,
Are
his
they?
Aeon would
you made
still be
everything
on.
worse by
Yeah.
doing that thing that used to be cool.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. I wouldn't have done that then.
Well, it's been rolled.
I mean, I'm assuming you got a crit or whatever on the spell roll thing in order to summon a mammoth, because you can't do that in 5e either.
Well, so technically a rhinoceros just with fur. So
Oh, I don't know about rhinos, but like
I
CR2 is the most.
I consider them like medium.
It's just
you
a
know,
fat unicorn.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Kind of
Like,
works as
it's all downplayed. Like, most of the stuff that's summonable and how spells work out has to do with the bounded accuracy.
But I mean,
The
I'll
same
let you
reason why
keep up the Aeon, but I will lose the mammoth then if that's a concentration thing. You know, because the Aeon, you know, that's something that you have up constantly, kind of like a familiar. And
Yeah,
that's
and
unreasonable.
Caster's got a huge nerf in 5e, but in a way it's actually a good thing because there's not as much disparity between casters and marshals.
We have to change it, Undead. We've been doing the same thing. I've been doing the same thing that hasn't really ruined the game.
Okay, well, for this encounter, we'll keep it up for now, but the next one we'll, you know, go over the concentration bit, you know, a bit better, you know, so that it's more refined.
5e, suck my dick.
I've lost who it was. It was Roxanne. So Big's now huge. But the Primal Bear was supposed to go before Tiny, but you know, because I've got it written in the wrong freaking order on here, it's going after you guys. So
Well, I was last in initiative, right? So, and Palali was first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's actually yeah. He literally picks up this one with it still in his mouth and just slams it to the ground, just outright killing it. You know, you hear the bones crunch as it's, you know, slammed into the ground with quite a lot of force. And he then turns and faces this one, which brings us, and that one is dead. 0. So that one there. That message better. Well, the wolf that he's now facing, you know, runs up and tries to like bite him, but it just completely freaking whiffs it.
What?
Does 16 hit your armor class, Big?
Do I get disadvantages from being big, or was it just
Yeah, but-
only the thing?
Being big doesn't do anything to your AC.
Okay, then no.
Okay, well, she snaps at you, but you know, you just pull your arm right out of her way, you know, because you're still reaching for your weapon. It's like, no, get off, you know, and then instantly back on. The two Vikings that are right, well, no, actually, sorry, it's the Alpha's turn now. Yeah. Okay. He literally bites down on this one and pins him to the ground. He does 7 points damage. So I got to find the right dice here. 10 points damage to him. Sorry, just making sure I get this right. And they all whiffed their attacks against the Alpha and the Luna. You know, these Vikings are just like they're, at the moment. You guys are looking at them thinking they're more a hindrance than a help. You know, they're just like cannon fodder because basically that's all they're freaking good for at the moment. That hits, and that doesn't. You know, this one comes running up here and bites into him, doing 5 points of damage. This is terrible. And that brings us to Dane.
Okay. Gonna go up in the air. Is that gonna give me my advantage on height?
Well, at the moment you're in what is basically like 10-foot tunnel, high tunnel. You know, once you come out of it and you're into the actual cave itself, it opens up into like a 30-foot high ceiling. But there are like, what is it, stalactites or stalagmites? I can't remember.
How high? Stalactites cling tight to the ceiling.
What those ones?
Stalagmites might reach the ceiling.
Well, it's mostly icicles, you know.
So
Like,
none of that
how
means
tall is it?
anything then.
But you know, the ice isn't really sort of like that long. It's only about like 5 foot, or between
Okay,
3 to
I'll
5
just-
foot.
I've got the movement to get in there then and go up still.
Watch out for the cave teeth.
So, okay. Do you want me to, because Discord doesn't have the rolling, so do you want somebody to roll for me?
Yeah, Tony, you can, Raptor, sorry, you can roll for me if you wish.
Okay, it's 3d20 twice.
So 60, 20. Ooh, one of
First
them-
result is a 15, the next one's an 11.
It's advantage. Like, that's the highest.
Yeah, the
So-
highest one of the first three is 15, and the highest one of the second three is 11.
Okay, I'm also critting on a 19 to 20 against the wolf, so keep that in mind.
Neither of them are 19s or 20s.
Okay. Of course not. Okay. So 15, so 26 versus AC.
Against the Alpha? Yeah, just let me check. No, you're just too shy.
You know that's higher than the Tarask's armor class, right?
Is it? I don't know. I just done a small buff and that's what it came up with. So,
Yeah. Like, a Tarask AC is 25.
I did not know that.
Well- Yeah.
As I said, I used the site to give them a quick buff, and as I said, this is what it came up with. So, because
Yeah.
I ran out of time, what with me having a migraine earlier on, I didn't have a lot of time to look at the characters.
Okay. I mean, alright. I mean, this is definitely not a... Okay, that means the other one definitely didn't hit.
Well, hang on. I mean, if that's the case, I mean, I've got the site gave me the wrong information. Do you guys think I should drop the armor class a little bit, or no, to make it actually fair? Because I don't know.
I mean, if their AC is 28, I can literally only hit on a 19.
Cat.
And Big, with his capped strength, Big strength is capped, but he still can only hit on a 19.
Okay, I'll drop their armor class by a factor of like 6. So, so
Yeah,
it's
like the most defensive creature in the game is the Tarask, and that's an AC of 25.
yeah, as I said, then, man. I mean, I guess the site kind of fucked up on that one. But I mean, I was trusting it at the time because I've been using it anyways, and it's been all right. But now the AC for the Lunar is 20, the Alpha is 22. So we'll start calculating that one properly.
I know.
So then, what was my second roll, Raptor?
Your second roll was an 11.
So 22 right on the nose. Okay. So 2d8 plus 4. Is there any resistance to worry about?
Not really that I can see, other than but immunity's cold. That's it.
Okay, I'm not doing cold damage.
Hmm.
Okay, then can you roll me 2d8, please?
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
12, 7, and 5.
You literally had 6 chances to roll a 19 or 20. I'm just gonna say that, like, for real.
Are you trusting me to try and crit fish? Then that's your fault.
You had 6 chances.
You're
Okay.
trusting me to get you good D20 rolls. I laugh at your naivety.
Okay, what was the total?
12.
12 with both of them combined?
Yeah, 7 and 5.
At least. Okay, well, you rolled good at least on the weapon die. So 12 against the Alpha, because it's cursed.
So is it just 12 total then?
34.
Yeah, okay. Oops. That's wrong thing. It's not that. It's actually quite a significant hit. The arrow sinks right into sort of like just above his hind leg, and you hear a quite a loud yelp, followed by a snarl in your in your direction, because he's now turned back round to face the rest of them. It's Tali was in his face at the last round. Which with that, is that your entire action?
Yeah, and I don't got my attack action, and I use my move to get up in the air and in the tunnel and stuff like that.
To say that you're actually in the room, I'll move your marker there because that seems appropriate at least. Yeah, that brings us to Talia again. Tali. Sorry, I keep calling Talia for some reason.
All right. I'm gonna punch at this wolf I'm next to. 15 and 24.
Yeah, both hit.
All right, first attack is with my.
Okay.
10 damage.
Okay.
And 10 also from the second attack.
So, is that total?
Total is 20 between the two attacks.
Okay. Yeah, he takes those quite significantly.
All right, martial arts.
Okay.
Third attack is a 22 for 8 damage.
Okay.
And it's still alive?
Which one was that? Oh yeah, there it is. It is now it's quite considerably bloodied. It's just standing still, basically.
All right, I'm gonna keep my spot there.
Okay. That brings us to Big. You're standing there with your hands still wrapped around your weapon.
Oh no, I
with
didn't
this
keep that weapon.
lunar
Once it got stuck
snarling
in the ground, my intent before was to back away, but I let go of the axe at that point when it got stuck
Yeah, but
with the
I mean,
intent
like-
of axing with the little axes already.
Mhm.
The moment it got stuck, I was already like, nope, we're not dealing with that shit. And I pulled my little axes out.
Yeah, okay.
Sick axe has been stuck before, and we're not dealing with that. he can stay there until it's safe to grab him out. So I'm tomahawking here.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm gonna just like tomahawk her face. No, I'm gonna tomahawk her shoulders because I want the
Okay.
head intact. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, yeah, you dumb dice. Yeah. There we go. Ah, that is a 14. Yeah,
No,
second
that
backhand.
misses, I'm
That
afraid.
is a 28.
Yeah, that hits.
So my first one whiffs, the second one goes, and I've got to get this sheet out from underneath my cat so I can actually read it. The 8s. That will be a. Oh, well, okay, that's going to be an 11 plus. Was it D4? What is that, a 2? 13 points of damage with the second hand axe.
Yeah, okay, yeah, she takes it and she yelps and she growls and you hear sort of like a howl come from behind her, but you don't see nothing.
Can I claim a move action of me kind of sort of kicking Sick Axe to try to dislodge him? And kind of be like, you bastard!
Wouldn't that be an action? I mean, like
I'm just kind of swinging my leg vaguely in his direction.
that would.
I'm not
technically be
actually
an
trying to get him
attack.
out, but if it happens, it happens. Otherwise, it's just like, fuck you.
Well,
Look what you missed out on, hitting that dog.
that would technically still be an action, as the way that I see it, because you're trying to kick it out of the ground.
Can it be a flavor text? That's more what it is.
I mean, you could try to kick it, I suppose, but it's gonna be stuck there until you.
All that
sort of, like,
matters is that
properly-
I did it, and it looked funnier than it could have if I didn't do it.
Like, you kick it, and literally, you guys hear a little squeak coming from Big as he cracks one of his toes. Doesn't do any
Ooh.
damage, but it's just like.
The rivalry with this axe will continue.
Which, if that's all you're doing, that brings us to Miss Windle.
Miss Window. Okay. Well, if we're gonna do that whole concentrating thing, the Eidolon doesn't need concentration.
No, it's kind of like its own animal, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well-
but the Eidolon is its own special thing that Brock and Undead agreed to port over from Pathfinder to sort of
Yeah,
maintain that aspect of Miss Windle. So I could see it like as a class feature. So I would see it as not needing to maintain concentration because familiars and animal companions don't.
I would just call it a pet. That's all it is. Like,
Yeah, but
normally
the-
they get assigned a special ritual if they die and stuff like that.
But what about the rhino, though?
20.
Oh, if the rhino goes away, it's poof.
Yeah, the rhino. Yeah.
So the rhino's gone then, yeah?
I'll be
No.
right back.
Well, you said we're starting that next combat.
Okay. Yeah. I thought you were doing that now. What's the 24? Oh, yeah. Yeah,
The bird.
the 10 doesn't hit, but the 20 does.
Okay. 6 damage.
Yeah, this one still looks funny. It's starting to look a little bit worried about its situation.
Okay.
Because it's technically by itself. It's buddies otherwise engaged. And got the bird and freaking someone punching him repeatedly.
Woolly Mammoth. Probably misses.
18? Yeah, that misses.
Yeah. Okay.
The Alpha's revised AC is 22. As I said, I removed 6 from them. So.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay. Yeah. That brings us to the bear. We're going to smoke that one wolf again. Yeah, that hits. That definitely. That one doesn't. Okay, but so he claws it twice. 4, 8. Yeah. Oops.
What?
21 damage. Yeah.
Ooh. Are you attacking?
Sorry, I was just quickly changing the AC. Yeah, as I said, the bear here literally rears up and slams down on the wolf right beside it, doing 21 damage straight to it, and you can see it's like just taking a chunk right out of it. Then no, that misses. No, that misses. That one actually hits. It's well, 18 plus. Well, I know a 15 doesn't hit your armor class, does it, Big?
Nope.
Mine?
Uh,
No.
No, Big. I see Lunar Wolf, frustrated
Oh,
at
okay.
you for, like taking swings at him, tries to take a bite out of you. So, yeah. And it doesn't get its breath weapon back, so you're lucky on that one. And that's the Alpha's 10. That's now 20. And he doesn't get his breath back. So, yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Right. What's the armor class of your mammoth? Well, no, that's in that 20. Sorry, that 32 points of damage as the wolf
Okay.
latches onto your mammoth. Sorry, I forgot to say. I rolled a natural 20 on the attack dice just there. So, that's automatic. So now the alpha,
How
getting
much
pissed
damage?
off with everything. 32.
Okay.
As it literally grabs onto the throat of your mammoth.
Okay.
Which
As in
technically
the
is
mammoth
grappled now.
doesn't bleed blood, he bleeds candy.
Yeah, right. The Viking, he tries to attack the wolf and fails. The other one tries to attack the wolf and fails. God damn it, man, this guy actually sucks. Oh, look at that. This one manages to hit this little guy finally. Doing 10 points of damage. So, these wolves are now starting to not look pretty. There's a lot of blood around it, and they're starting to wonder if they've made some rather poor life choices.
As long as the blood washes out of the fur, it's all good.
Which brings us right back to Dane again.
Alrighty. Raptor, I'm gonna give you another try for the alpha. Two
Oh,
different
may
sets of
I?
three. This is your chance to roll a crit.
First attack is a 16, second attack is a 14.
There's just okay. Say then 2d8.
Not mad, just disappointed.
I am just disappointed. Because I do special stuff when I crit.
Doesn't
Well,
everybody
your first
though?
damage dice was almost max. 15 and 9 are the damage rolls for both those attacks.
15 and 9?
Yes. Oh, you only wanted one attack?
No, 2d8s. I'm just curious how you got a 15 on a d8.
That's
Is it total of
15 is the
15?
first 2d8.
Oh, no. It's total just 2d8, period.
Oh,
It's
okay,
one arrow.
15.
Yeah, one arrow. I've got a big modifier. So what's the total with the 2d8s?
15.
Okay. That's 3 higher than last time, which was 37 damage.
Okay, well, you draw your bow, take aim at this thing, being annoyed at the lack of success last time. And surely you hit the target spot on. And he is now, like, literally bloodied. He is covered from head to toe in blood. He's just literally pouring out.
Can I ask what the hell you shot him with? Is it like an arrow that has
Arrow.
other arrows that explode out when you shoot him? And because that's a lot of damage. For
This
I'm
one
just-
hit him like just in the chest region, kind of underneath, as he was up a little bit. Yeah.
My curse adds on some damage. When I shift to something else, you'll see it drop a little bit.
okay, I was just wondering because that is ridiculous.
Is that? Well, you doing? You're gonna move, or are you just gonna stay where you are? Or...
Oh, it's the joy of being an archer is I don't really have to move.
I always give everybody the option.
Yeah. Nope. We're good. Really wish I had something to do with my bonus action.
I
Nope.
don't know.
All right. Nope, that's it.
Yep, that brings us to Tali then. And this one's in front of you, certainly not looking any good after the bird took a chunk out of it as well.
All right, 11 doesn't hit it, I assume?
No, it doesn't. But
22 does.
22 just hits it. Yeah, of course it hits it.
13 damage
Hang on.
with the bite.
It is just literally hanging on.
All right, bone. Does 13 hit?
Yeah.
11 damage.
I'll just tell you now, man. This thing's at 7 HP. It is literally almost
So
lying.
this thing was almost dead, and then I dealt 24 damage to it, and it's still almost dead.
Well, I count when it gets down to like quarter health, it's almost dead. So when you after your last attack, you'd gotten it down to 18. That's almost dead.
All right, I'm gonna spend a key point to turn that martial arts into a flurry because I'm getting tired of this guy existing.
Yeah, that hits, man.
26 hits, more than 7 damage.
Yeah. Well, how do you want to kill him?
Like after she lunges in with and bites it. After she bites it on its forelimb and just draws a bunch of blood, she just pummels it a couple times and it goes skidding across the ice, leaving just this trail.
Yeah.
And then I can move when I flurry, so then she's going to bounce back over to the alpha.
Okay, I'll put that over there so that went fine. Okay, yeah, that's you're now technically flanking the alpha again.
Right, but I've got no actions left.
Yeah, I'll just put that as like 0 now because it's dead. Right, well, no, actually, that just makes it easier. I just remove it. There we go. And that brings us to Pink. You got the Luna still in front of you. The 2 Vikings next to you proving to be almost useless.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna pay attention to those guys. I'm just gonna chop at this bitch again. Just gonna hack her down. Double fisting these tomahawks. Yeah, that is a 14, and that is a 24.
Yeah,
I think we're pulling a second time of the same exact things we did last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly what we did last time. Okay. So 6 and it's 11 plus. Watch it be a 2. Oh, no. So it's 15. 15 damage. So I whiff once and I hit her again with the second one. Bam!
And yeah, just as you bring that one down, sort of like it hits like right between the shoulder blades, and she also is quite bloodied as well now. I mean, you open quite a sizable gash between the shoulder blades, and it's kind of pissing blood. So the scene is looking like a freaking horror show more and more as you're looking at it in terms of blood.
No, it's just day-to-day normal stuff. We're monster murderers. We see this all the time.
That is that what you did? Are you moving it or?
No, she's still alive. I gotta put her down. Gotta put it out of this misery and then put it on my back and have it sewn into a nice, cool, awesome, badass wolf cloak.
Okay. I just want it known for the record. I gave him the opportunity. That brings us to Miss Windle again. And the wolf that your Aeon was fighting has now just been obliterated and sent skittering across the floor.
Okay.
Your Rhino does have advantage because it is technically flanking the Alpha. So
Okay. All right. Okay. Right. I'm gonna move my bird over here to this guy.
it's now flanking with the bear. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I can tell you now that bear will pretty much kill it in the next round.
Oh, whatever. It's a thing. Attack. Whatever. Oh yeah. Advantage gives me a +2, right? So that's 12.
Advantage means you roll twice.
Oh, advantage
And take
you
the
get
higher
roll
one.
twice. Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah, 5th edition, right? 14.
Hang on 1 second, guys. I've just got one, so give us 1 sec. Yep, sorry about that, guys. 4:30 in the morning and someone's calling me.
Oh.
So, where was we? I lost track now.
My bird, my Adolin was hitting the wolf,
So
and
that's
you got
5 and a
four-
26, yeah.
a 14 and a 26.
Yeah, both hit. Yeah, definitely. The
Okay.
small one's normal class is only 13.
Okay. 9 damage.
Okay. So, yeah, well, this one now also is starting to look bloodied. You know, all of these wolves are taking a fair amount of damage from all fronts, except for the guys that actually came here to hunt them. They're proven to be absolutely fucking pointless. So, yeah, jeez. Yeah, so you bloody that wolf up there. What about the rhino?
17, probably. Misses.
Nope. Revised to 22.
Okay.
So,
Right.
just so that you guys know.
It's doing shit.
No one has the ability to sunder armor. Jeez. Useless. Okay. And what about your actual self?
Nope. I'm dead.
What, you not trying anything? Or?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah,
I
that
gotta
brings
learn how to concentrate my summoning, so I can't do anything.
Well, no, I was saying about like future combat. This encounter.
No, but I'm practicing.
Okay. So just gotta get that back up. Nat 20 against that wolf. That is beautiful. All right. 19. Yeah, that's more HP than he's got. All right. So the bear noticing the opportunity, just bites down on the wolf and literally tears him in half. Literally just killing him outright. Because he just did more damage, as I said, than his HP total. Like the Luna. She doesn't get her breath weapon back, you lucky bastard. That was 10 plus. She's like determined she's actually going to hit you. So. I know it doesn't hit you at 16.
Nope.
So. Yeah, she's like snapping at you, but just missing miserably. Which brings us to the alpha, who does get his breath weapon back, I think. Which he's going to blast at. Yeah, these guys and Big as well. He's going to try and hit everyone in that little area. So I need a dexterity saving throw of like 15 from you guys. Well, from Big, really.
Nope.
Does Dago need to roll a save too?
No, he's just outside of it. He's hitting in a 30-foot cone. So he's going like up this way and just hitting. Whoops. it's over this way. You know, I think that's unless he's in the range. I don't know. I can't do the line marker, you know, because this thing's fucking annoying. But those guys fail it anyway. So. You all take 17 points of cold damage, and you know exactly what else is happening. I mean, like, you can spend around to like get the ice off you and regain sort of like the lost movement speed. There. You
Oh,
know?
is that how that
It's just
works? I had no idea. I thought
I
you
mean, like
just
you're
were cold or
well,
something.
no, I mean,
I didn't know you
no,
said you
you're-
actually covered in ice.
no, as I said to Raptor, you know, when he got blasted, you know, he was slowed down because he got, you know, blasted in the face with cold. You know, he was covered
But
in
is it
snow
because you're
and ice.
like got ice on you, and not because you're just cold or something?
Oh, no, I put it because she was just covered with freaking ice. You know?
Okay.
You know? That's actually hampering movement, you know.
Yeah, okay, I didn't know that was the case.
I thought I'd pretty much made that clear when I said about Talia being covered in it, you know.
Well, I didn't hear that part.
And it being
I just
slowed
know like
down.
you get slowed by cold. I didn't know it was like physical chunks of ice slowing you down.
But that's the way that I got it visually going in my head. So that's the way that I'm playing it.
All right.
Alpha. Waking, you try to hit that thing. You definitely hit that thing. Okay, cool. 7. That's him. So, you know, he whacks that one again. That's wrong. Yeah. Yeah. You. Hang on. Sorry about this. This guy here managed just to swing down onto this one. You know, hitting it quite soundly. Doing enough damage to leave mark, which finally brings us right back around to Dane again. These guys suck.
Okay. My go?
Hmm.
Is the alpha still up, I take it?
Yes, yes. But he is bloody. So is the Luna at the same time. They're both starting to not look pretty.
Okay. Raptor, if you would.
18 on the die.
He literally cuts out. I'm gonna guess I actually critted.
No, 18. Try again.
Just keep thinking that he just
I
keep
figured
saying
it,
like
the moment.
he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He obviously
What about the
critted. I
flanking
didn't hear him say he
advantage,
didn't.
Well, I'm just guessing like the moment that he does finally get it, it'll just glitch out on me and I don't hear it and be like, hey. All right. What was the other one?
Second attack is 16.
Okay, so we're getting up there, but both of those are definitely going to hit. So 2d8, please.
$10.
10 total. Okay.
Yes.
So 32 damage.
Okay, well, again, you know, going off the way that you do this, he's now really not looking good. You know, he is like beaten down, you know, and he kind of looks like he's on the verge of like wanting to run from this situation.
That'll be it. Maybe move up like 5 feet higher. Unless that's going to start messing with the stalactites.
Nah. You still got a little bit of room. So yeah, I mean, he starts like moving slightly upwards into the darkness above here, which brings us to you just seen the wolf get slammed into by 2 more arrows, doing quite a fair amount of damage. You know.
I hear you.
Yes. All right. Yeah. Sorry. So with advantage, I'm going to start laying on punches.
Mhm.
First attack is 27.
Yeah, that hits.
Next
Nat
attack's a
20.
nat 20.
Mhm.
13 damage with the first attack. And 17 with the crit. And yes, Dane, I heard you gasp when I got a nat 20 and selfishly hogged it to myself rather than rolling it for you.
Okay. You see as these 2 arrows slam into the wolf, with quite an audible sort of like sickening crunching sound as it hits bone and so forth. And the wolf like panics a little bit and turns. That's when you unleash on it. So let's say you actually kill this, the alpha of the pack here.
All right. So yeah, that was a total of 20 damage.
Yeah, it's dead. So it's just turned. Been turned in your direction. So how do you kill it?
I imagine the bite just like she bites, like goes for the throat alongside its neck, and then like brings up her knee and just knees it in the throat.
Gross.
Because like the whole tactic of like snake style is to sort of use your body to sort of hamper the enemy's movements by sort of getting them tangled up around you.
Yeah, as you sort of like biting, and like you can feel as the body is like shaking already. Then you bring the knee up, and you hear a sickening crunch as all of the bones in its neck just literally shatter, and it gurgles, and a pool of blood just pours out of its mouth. At your feet, just almost getting on your boots, on your new boots, I should point out.
All right, then I'm gonna spend my move action to start to use my boots of levitation and walk. Oh wait, no, I can't activate the boots in the same because that's an action.
Okay.
I'm gonna move over and try to. I'm gonna move over with the speed that I've got because I never did unfreeze myself, so I am still slowed. So I'm gonna put myself over here between this wolf and the girl. Or the kid. I don't remember if it was a girl or a boy.
Well, the kid's behind the bear. Now that you're actually up here, though, you can now see back what was hiding up there. And these two, are looking quite a bit worried, because they heard what just happened. That doesn't, the death of leader instantly travels. And they said they're not moving at all. They're just staying right where the fuck they are. And that will then bring us to Big.
As
So,
this isn't a real thing I'm doing, but I want to do it for flavor. He's gonna switch the right axe and the left axe handwise, just because it's been going like, oh well, this isn't going well. Let's switch them. See how this goes. Yeah, that would be. Hey, look, the first one hit. So the second one probably won't, but let's see how this one does. Yeah, is the damage of 8 plus 5 plus 3, which is what, 16? So yeah, the first hit is 16.
Okay.
And then he's gonna
She's still-
yeah with the second one. 18.
No, that misses.
Wow, that switching of the hands actually did something. Even though it was just flavor. One of these axes is better than the other.
The question is, which one is it? The one with the chain or the blink?
I-
don't know.
Let me see, like, I think the chain one is the good one at this point.
So this new weapon is useless. So yeah, you do hit her, and she does take that damage. She's not looking too great, but she's also not dead. She is also quite pissed at the moment. Are you staying where you are?
Of course. This thing still breathes.
I have to ask. And who's next? Miss Wendell, you're up now. The Winter Wolf was just literally destroyed by Tali. So
On the church. Okay. What's the thing for so I can't move over here. I can't move the rhino over here and then charge, right? Like,
well, if it's still technically within range, then I'll allow it. If it has that movement amount, then yeah.
it's like
Okay.
walks over the wolf.
Crunching their already dead bones.
5. $20 and then charges. Bam!
Mm. Okay.
I haven't had good with the rhino, but come on, let this one hit, please. Motherfucker.
that is still a one, so you want to pick high or low?
Yeah, no.
Roll a. Yeah, that's low. Yeah, basically, so like the thing skids it, and finally, do you want to? It misses because it's off axis. Do you want to give us a dexterity check or an acrobatics check to dodge out the way of the thing as it's barreling right towards you?
Out of the way of the rhino, guys.
Mm-hmm.
21.
Yeah. So you're just there at the moment, and this thing now is up here. So it didn't exactly go exactly where you wanted, but it's by the enemy and not facing the right direction.
Flanking now.
It was technically flanking anyways, but it was because of this guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So and it's still got the same thing. It's just flavor text really. You still got your action.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Well, actually, I'll move. Okay. She'll move up a little bit. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She'll be right there.
Oh man, the wolf, noticing the situation, instantly cowers down, and she says, I submit. And she snaps and snarls at the rest of them, also commanding them to do the same, and they all cower down. And so basically they're forfeiting anything that they were even planning on doing this round. So what are you guys doing?
Finishing off the wolf. Got plans for it.
Because they dropped out, whoever wanted to do something first gets to do something. So you can make your attack against the Luna again, then, man.
Hurrah! 18.
No, that misses.
What about? Nah. God damn it.
They both miss, and as she does, she kind of like dives out of the way. She does get, that misses. So, do you want to?
The opportunity attack.
Yeah, because Serena would have it, because she does dance backwards out of the way of the two things,
See if he'll hit. Oh,
Yeah, that hits.
it finally hits. Son of a bitch. Yeah. Bam. Wait, what is it? Yeah, okay. 2, 18.
She takes that and bashes into that wolf, who also takes a opportunity attack because he's been pushed out of the square, which that does hit. So he takes 10 points of damage, but as I said, I mean, like they're literally just carrying down, but she's like looking quite angry at the fact you just attacked her after that. And do you still have talk with animals, Tony?
It lasts for 10 minutes, so yeah.
Okay, that's a good thing. Because you hear her saying that is a dishonorable act. In understanding wolfish culture, that once they surrender, that's considered them surrendered,
So Tlali is going to say, I told you to greet us with words, and you chose to greet us with teeth.
And for that, you must pay.
Yeah, as far as Tlali's concerned, she gave them all kinds of chance.
And I think I kind of controlled the rhino, but at that moment, I couldn't no. It just went on instinct.
That's kind of how I'm figuring. Big is like still in it, and he wants the cloak, so he's just like, I'm getting it. And if we let them live, they're gonna eat people later.
Yeah. Okay. But you guys are lucky because she doesn't get a breath weapon back. So she's basically backed into a corner. So I'll put it at the top of the turn order. So your turn again, Tony. Your raptor.
Yep.
Your turn, man.
All right. Well, Tlali is going to turn her attention to the kid and the bear.
Do I not get to go this round?
Yeah.
So, well, just because I forgot that I just dropped them completely out of the turn order, so it would be Dean's turn. Yeah. Sorry about that, man.
Okay.
Because I've got so
if
many
they're
more.
still attacking, Digo will attack with them. So at this point, it doesn't really matter which would be, because I can't see it. I guess Evan can just point me at whatever needs to be killed.
Well, the Luna is directly north of you, and just off to beside her is another guy. So can someone put him the right way up? Thank you.
Like there's more of them up there. Like there are more wolves up there, but these wolves seem to be like retreating.
Okay, I'll do the Luna. I guess like Big is still attacking, right? Or
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the whole. That's kind of what I was gathering. For some reason, my internet's going up and down.
Mm. I swear
He
to
That's
was.
God,
correct.
we'll remove control of that character if you do. Sorry. Yeah. So the Luna's like definitely in range. You do have line of sight.
Okay. But the new group of strangers that just been, they're still attacking basically, even though these guys are trying to back down.
Yeah, yeah. They're still going
Okay.
for it. So.
Okay, cool. Raptor, could you roll me my attacks on the Luna?
Just gonna say no. If you do more than 30 points of hate,
19. You rolled a 19.
Well, it doesn't count anymore.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Such is life.
It's 2 attacks.
Mhm.
Second attack is an 11.
Second attack is an 11. Wow, you're cutting out so bad.
Yes.
Okay. No, for some reason, like I'm hooked up to my Wi-Fi, but you guys are going in and out constantly. Okay. So that's, I mean, I've 30 to hit, and then 22, which would
Yeah.
have hit the
Yeah.
alpha. Okay, so 2d8, please.
7.
Total.
Yes.
Okay, 21 damage.
Okay, but she literally is barely just hanging on to life.
She's been doing that for a while, though.
Sinks in. No, she's at 9 HP, so there's not really much she can really do at this point. She takes that, and that will instantly bring us back round to Talia.
Digo will actually call out and be like, "Oh, lads, we got him on the ropes. Go ahead, pursue your passion and push them against the wall. They're cowering now. Show your dominance and lead the charge."
Okay.
So Clawley is, as I mentioned earlier, she's going to turn her attention to the bear and the kid.
Okay.
So she's just going to ask, "What are you?"
He said,
Quickly looks down and says, "Only due time. Once we get these things out of here, and my charge is protected, we can talk."
All right, then Clawley will spend her action getting the ice off of her.
Yeah, I mean, like doing that, you get like all the ISIS like blocking up your elbow joints and such, stopping you from like being as effective. And so you now got complete free movement again.
All right, then I'll move her over to here.
Okay. And that's your turn then. Big. Your giant axe is still in the floor.
yeah, he can stay there. I've got stuff to do. I'm moving up here. Both hands, same time. Hold on. Let me do this for funsies. I'm gonna roll them both at the same time, as if I'm rolling them at the same time. Rah! So one of them is 18, and one of them is a 27. So
Okay,
the
yeah,
27 one does, right?
Yeah, that hits.
Alright, so he's gonna go, yeah! Plus, 10, 12 points.
Okay, tell us how you killed this, the Luna.
I carefully do not hit her in the head, because I need her skull, and kind of chop down maybe her arm off.
Her
I
arm?
put her arm off. It's just a flesh wound.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys watch as Big just steps forward and just slams down on this creature, taking off one limb, a paw, there we go, or a leg, because they don't have arms.
Yeah, they do.
They're
They don't have
legs.
human arms, but they have arms.
Okay, but yeah, and she just literally topples over dead, piss and blood everywhere. And the other wolves now look terrified and try to flee. So, now, Big, you would technically have reach, wouldn't you?
I don't think I got that from what the guys were saying.
I mean, would you have reach if these guys ran past them?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna say what.
FAQs specifically said from the developers that it doesn't give reach. They intentionally left that out because they don't want reach builds.
Okay, well then you do get one target, one attack of opportunity. Well, no.
Not with a bow, he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't threaten with a bow.
Okay, so that's just 2. Right, so I'll roll that 6 times, see what happens. That hits.
He's not going to run out of my range, though.
Well, we're in a cave, so he might be. Once he's outside, he might be like around a corner.
It doesn't matter. So this guy gets to here. He does take 2 attacks of opportunity. He gets to, and he gets to. As these guys are now literally running. The two, these two, did manage to hit them, but not doing enough damage to them to actually slow them. So they get there. Whose turn was it just then? It was Big Sonic. It's Miss Windle's turn now. As I said, you just see as these wolves start taking off. Having lost the desire or courage to fight now that the Alpha and the Luna are gone.
So, are we out
Rock.
of anything, or what's going on?
Okay, moving on then.
Rock. Miss Dwindle's up.
I didn't even hear my name.
I said it multiple times. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, the
doing
wolves are now taking off. So, okay. Well, technically, Carly, it's your turn. I mean, or we can drop the initiative and you guys can all
Clawley's not gonna keep engaging.
So,
Yeah, they can go. I'm gonna just like slam my foot into the ground and shake that ice off me, and then start tending to my future coat.
mhm.
What do you want, cat?
Yeah, okay. So those guys, they all like take off, running at full speed. So at that point you look at the bear, and he just sits down. Big, you still see your axe stuck in the ground.
Yeah, he's there. I don't think he's gonna get up and go anywhere right now. I'm gonna start getting the skin from this wolf.
Okay, you're breaking up quite a bit for us, but I understood what you were saying.
Cat, what are you doing?
Yeah, okay, so that combat's over. You guys like survey the carnage. You see there's like blood everywhere. Just like pools of it and streaks just covering the ice, which stark contrast against the white.
Digo will land and casually walk over and start pulling his arrows out of the wolves. gently wiping them on the fur, make sure they're put away clean and do his quiver.
Thanks, I was going to have to wipe that off anyway. Just add more for me to wipe off this fur. I'm gonna if I can, whenever I manage to skin this wolf, I'm gonna rub all of the fur on the snow to try to clean out some of the blood.
Okay.
Gotta do some laundry here.
I mean, like you're busy doing that. So what are the rest of you guys doing? The warriors, they're like generally like being cheerful and like congratulating you guys and themselves because in their eyes they did a good job. Even though it's about as useful as a chocolate teapot, but still.
All right.
I think a chocolate teapot would be pretty good against wolves. Like eventually they would die if they ate it.
Yeah. So yeah, Tlali's going to return to go back over to the bear.
Okay. Yeah, he's just sitting there, and the kid is now sort of like in his arms, kind of, but well, more in his lap, just sleep.
Now, can you tell us?
The bear, he just looks up at you and quietly starts speaking to you actually in common. And he's actually, okay. I was sent here by Bella himself. I was the first. If you can, that would be, and Miss Windle, that would be a religion check for you to know exactly who this is.
Would
but
I
the
not
big
just know it just culturally?
Yeah, you know that the bear totem was like chosen for your people, and that the first bear is the totem bear.
I'm actually proficient in religion myself. So, Raptor, could you roll religion for me, please?
Like culturally, big, you know who this
7.
is, but you kind of want verification in your own head.
Oh, okay.
Kind of deal,
I don't know if I could actually get around the cat, because now instead of being on my character sheet, she's on the mouse. She's super helpful.
So 7 comes out to 13 for religion for me.
I got 23.
Is that a 15 total for Miss Windle?
That's Diane. That was supposed to be Diane only. So,
Oh yeah, no. Basically, you all know, except for Tali. What did you roll there?
Tlali doesn't have any training in religion.
So other than like Tali, the rest of you know that this is the first bear. When the gods first started making the creatures of the world, they made one that they found the most pleasing. And this was the bear that was made. So he looks at you and says, I cannot really stay here for too long, unless old Burnt Face, discovers that I'm here and comes looking.
For clarification, is this the first bear created or the first one that didn't suck?
No, this is the first ever bear.
Okay. Because like they made a whole bunch of bears, like that one's garbage, that one's garbage. Ooh, this one's nice. I like this one. He'll be the first.
No, this is the superpowered prototype, and then they had to nerf bears.
Yeah, they got downgraded in the latest patch.
Yeah, they nerfed the hibernate ability so that now it still takes bears food and it saps their strength even when they're sleeping, so they have to eat a ton beforehand.
Based on his size, he used to grow like goldfish, and we just grow to the size of his cave.
Yeah, the short-faced bear had a ton high land speed and overall size because of its long legs. Both of those got nerfed. Although they did get access to omnivory, which helps their help suit a variety of different playstyles.
And it also makes it easier for them to poop.
I mean, they didn't get nerfed as hard as panda bears did.
Ugh, okay.
Alright.
So,
As if
yeah,
Panda Bear's got the nerve
So
to forget
anyway,
how to
back
exist.
in there, Tally.
So,
Give us
anyways, the significance of this guy saying "I am truly him" is kind of lost on Plali. So she doesn't look quite so unimpressed as all of these lads to whom this is their local religion, or the two scholars. Dago and Wendell are the scholars, and then all these other guys, like including Big, this is their local religion. But Plali is the one who is clearly the most unimpressed.
Yeah,
I mean,
other
as unimpressed as you can be with a 15-foot tall talking bear.
yeah, the guys around Big and Miss Wendell, they're like looking awestruck and quite visibly shaken at the same time. Because one does not simply sort of like win on a daily basis.
Big is
So-
actually not gonna like bow down or anything. He's gonna be like, I knew I'd meet you one day. Still like really like not very good at social situations, even in the face of a god, basically. It's like, finally, I knew I'd meet you. He wants to go shake his hand. Just like blatantly approaching him without even like any reverence, other than like he'd be like give him a hug or something.
Mhm. I could roll a percentile here, but I'm not going to be that cruel.
Hi, my friend.
So, yeah, you move up to him. Give us a what is it? Charisma save, charisma check.
This is because I don't have charisma that I'm doing this. I don't have the charisma not to do this.
Just for the shits and giggles, I mean,
If I had high charisma, I would know to be more appropriate.
yeah, I don't really. I'm not sure what skill would truly
9.
Be yeah, he does smile at you, and he does sort of like allow you in. But when he sort of like is sort of technically hugging you, you're looking directly down at the child. Make us a perception check.
Wow. God, my passive perception is better than that.
So what does it tell?
18.
Let's... I've got 7. My passive perception is 13. When I'm not paying attention, I'm paying more attention.
Well, you don't. All you see is like a sleeping child. Tali, on the other hand, you notice that the child is actually holding something rather small in its hands.
It's holding what in its hands?
Something small in its hands. The hands are technically covering it. You
It's
can't
a
make out
mouse.
exactly what it is.
The mouse was the second bear.
Is
turn out
this
as
kid a
well.
boy or a girl?
It's a small boy with short brownish hair. It's like mix halfway between brown and blonde.
Who is he? Plali asks.
He
Snack.
turns you,
He was a snack.
and said, "This one was chosen purely for its innocence to be the bearer of the orb."
So, hearing the orb, Plali just sort of raises an eyebrow. The orb?
Everyone else with religion should roll for this one.
Could you
Especially
roll for me, please?
Using her religious skill, she is remembering the quest.
18.
So 17 for Miss Wendell, yeah. Okay. What about Dane?
Dan, you got a 12 on the die.
So 18 as well.
Yeah, you all know exactly what they're talking about. You guys were sent to find this. It's well, as you're looking at it, Tali, and he's explaining it, the boy wakes up and he starts lifting it up and as in holding it out in front of you. And he just says one word, which is Aaron.
Okama Game Sphere.
He's literally holding the orb out to you. And as you look at it, you notice that it's a small stone, basically the size of a child's heart, that has a blue, a really perfect blue glow coming off of it.
The Orb of Aldor.
As he's holding it up to you, the bear puts his paw on the over the kid's hands and says, "No, and not don't accept anything that this boy hands you. You know, 'cause
He
if
put a
you
razor
ain't
blade in it.
it then explains that if you ain't the one to actually wield that, it can seriously hurt you."
It's already chosen, and it's already made the decision for us who will carry it.
Hmm. Yeah, he explains how the child is just he's the one that can carry it for now.
Does that mean we have to carry the kid? Because if that means we have to carry the kid, that means I have to carry the kid. And I don't want to carry the kid. I got to carry this wolf. I've been carrying a horse this whole time. We finally got rid of that. Now I'm going to have to carry this kid.
Digo goes, "Don't worry, lads. We can simply just have the kid float there. If the kid's unwilling, he can make a Constitution saving throw. If he's unwilling. So it's just going to be levitate. As long as the kid weighs less than... Well, actually, no, there's no weight limit. But otherwise, he just floats off the ground."
Your mom was so fat, even levitate doesn't work.
He is just smiling and accepting it. But Tally, do give us a charisma saving throw. Just a DC of 12 to not be kind of, how should I put it, enthralled by this kid. And the more you look into the kid's eyes, the more you kind of feel like drawn in. Like you cannot take your focus away. So, Rossa?
18 charisma save.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you manage to sort of wrench your eyes away, but it is rather difficult, and it leaves you with a peculiar feeling. It's kind of like he was looking directly into you.
It's staring at my soul, kid.
What color of your
He
soul's
just smiles into
underpants?
his parent yet again.
Hey, do you remember? Hey, you folks who received this quest the first time, do you remember where to go?
Say what?
So he's going to look up and say, "Where does he need to go?"
The bear will pipes up straight away. He says, "Well, I was sent here to look after him and wait for those that were coming to bear him away. I pretty much assume it's you guys. Now, you guys know that you're making a new weapon, using the ore. The bear, being a divine being, also knows exactly what's going on.
Right, and
Yeah,
so there's a blacksmith somewhere in these lands that we can. There's a blacksmith somewhere in this land that we can. That can forge that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the bear says that tells you that orb is an essential piece. Basically, it
That
will be
gets
needed for the
grabbing
weapon.
to put in into the metal.
The best, he's just sitting there saying, talking away, and he turns to you and says, "We don't really even know what weapon this is going to be. I mean, we just make sure that the parts are in play at the correct time.
Honestly, I hope it
We have no
explodes like
idea
some of the other
outcome, or else
weapons.
there'd be no reason for the game to be played at all."
We should bring it to the old guys that make explosives. They can do it. I'm sure they'd be better than that guy that we don't know where he is.
No, they're alchemists, not metalsmiths.
But they can make weapons. That's all that matters. And their weapons are awesome.
I know where he is.
Do you?
Yeah, he's in the capital. The blacksmith said he might be in the capital.
Checked with the local blacksmith and got that information.
He might be.
Yeah, that, as I also described, he is also prone to roaming. He goes and tests.
I know, but it's a good lead, you know.
There's multiple leads for you guys to follow. It's at that point the bear starts yawning and says, "Okay, if you got any more questions for me, you're gonna have to make it brief because I can feel somebody's starting to search."
How can we take the boy where he needs to go safely without being enthralled?
Has anyone got a bag of holding?
Digo
Or a
sits there
pillowcase,
and
perhaps?
beckons the boy to go up, and like he moves him up and away from him.
What, away
I
from
would
Charlie?
gladly be of assistance if
Yeah, Well, as you do that, Aaron literally starts giggling. I just call him that because that's the only word he knows. So, he's the cave is suddenly filled with boyish laughter, which seems a bit off-putting considering that there's all this blood around. The deity turns to Charlie and he's in response to your question. That's just because he is 100% innocent. He can't help but look at everything with absolute joy, no matter what it is.
Oh, I
Doesn't
thought
know
he
the
was just a
difference
chick.
between good and evil. He's just innocent.
I feel like Big would have laughed in the same way in the same situation. He's like, that was fun. We killed wolves.
So I shouldn't be too worried about that.
Innocence like that can't survive in contact with the real world forever.
Would you? He as he's sort of like fading out, he chuckles and said, "Would you care to wager on that?" As he literally vanishes out with a healthy chuckle.
And then he finds a guy that's driving in a van with no windows, and the guy says, "Hey kid, would you like some candy?" And he's just so innocent, he doesn't know any better, and he takes the candy and he eats it and he dies.
Digo kind of says, "Well, that's my kind of youngster, one that already knows how to risk it all for the greater of whatever you feel like." So, I am Digo, by the way. I was just curious as to who all of you are.
I'm Big.
My name is Miss Window.
Digo gives a courteous bow, and then he extends his hand while bowed to Miss Window and Flolly. And if they toss out their hand, he'll give it a small polite
is about 30 feet. Charlie is about 30 feet away from him, right? Is at least 20 feet away from him right now because she's over where Aaron is, and Digo hasn't moved much.
Oh, well, Digo would be like approaching them as he talks. So.
Right. Well, Digo is
so,
Miss Window looks big, but Polly is up on where the bear was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that platform's the steps lead up at least 5 foot. So it was a bit of a raised platform. And now that you're actually up there, you can see that this place used to be a sort of worship spot. You can see little offerings covered with some covered with snow. Most of it's gone now that it's had a giant ass print on it from a giant bear. But you see a whole bunch of just little things, ranging from small weapons to sort of little trinkets and such.
A holy place. Big.
Yo.
Did your people worship here?
Did we be? I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
I've never been to this town particularly, but yeah, we have places like this.
It's your culture, so Polly's going to go to you with those questions.
I mean, as you look around, I'll say that you can see everything in the, it just makes it easy. I'll reveal it all. Just, that's the wrong fucking thing. Okay. Reveal that. Okay. Yeah. As you're looking around on the walls and that right there, you can see that there's like really old drawings. Think like caveman. So looking around, you can see like there's some really old bones here. So you know that this place has been in use for a very long time. Although it at the moment looks like it hasn't really been used or doing much in the last couple of generations or so, I would say.
Place is old.
In the pictures, so you do see how there's little like stick men with stick creatures,
Hunting
and
each
you
other with
see
sticks.
the large one, large stick figure with the smaller ones. You also notice repeatedly a single stick figure holding a circle above him, and it is basically repeated in various different, styles.
Do either of my so you scholars, this Wendell and Vigo, I'm not sure if you're much of a scholar, but can you tell if this is all prophecies for Aaron here, or is this just the same role filled by different people over time?
Well, to give a better image of Digo, he's actually in full plate armor with his bow. It's mithril and it's covered in different religious markings.
She doesn't know what skills he's trained in, so she just asked Miss Wendell.
I mean, if you could roll for me, that'd be nice.
You got a 17.
So what's this rolling for exactly? To know what these images are.
Whether
yeah,
it's
I have Arcana and Religion, so that would be 23.
I mean, well, with the combined rolls, you guys can easily piece it all together. It's basically describing different areas around the lands. At the time, you see different creatures, but you always see the large human stick figure, which you instantly understand to be that of Belar. First meeting his people and rejoicing, and it's telling basically the party, and there's always one figure on each section that is holding a circle. And you can figure that to represent the boy that you now have with you. Basically, it shows how every time a new bearer is needed, a total innocent is found and he bears the orb, or she.
There's some quite nice carvings there.
what
So
was
why don't we?
God's name again? Sorry, I'm trying to write it down.
What the actual god? Belar. Belar.
And his son, who was
And
sacrificed for
so
our.
he's the avatar, basically the first bear.
His,
So he was the bear spirit.
No, he was the one that created the bear to begin with and took it as his totem animal. The god couldn't be here in any way himself. It would have been instantaneous, response from Thorak. But the avatar could have a limited time here, hiding itself briefly. He's totem animal, so he sent that in his stead. But basically, with all of the religion checks, you guys all know that Bellard technically just cheated there,
Like, they're not supposed to go up and go, all right, idiots, this is what you're supposed to do.
When he knew that he had to do something, but he couldn't sit back and do nothing. So
Is this
he,
kid dressed for the cold?
pardon?
Is this kid dressed for the cold?
Yeah.
Right.
He's
The totem. His totem is a bear. That means he's love, right?
the bear was just there as a symbol of strength and power, but okay.
Oh, sorry, I was
Yeah.
doing I was doing reference from Brother Bear, where the totem of the bear means love.
Okay.
Haven't seen Brother
So yeah,
Good Disney movie.
You guys are sort of like all around this. Aaron's like chuckling away. Well, he's near Big, which yet again, as he gets close to you, he holds up the orb with his hand stretched out and says, "Aaron." It's up to you what you're doing from there, man.
No thanks, I don't like marbles.
No, Aaron, you keep that.
He nods with a smile still on his face and puts the orb in a little pouch.
You're gonna have to
But he keeps his hand
grow
in
up and learn how to put your balls away.
Well, yeah. Well, gentlemen, your victory came this day. Those wolves won't be causing any more harm to your village, your hunters. And she's going to sort of reach an arm out to try to pull Aaron back down to the ground a bit.
Tie a string to him and
He
just
doesn't
carry him around like a
step
balloon.
away. Let's just tie a string to him. Does anyone have any string?
But you have adventurers kits, don't you?
Digo does he shows he can raise and lower him. The kid actually doesn't have any control.
I thought Digo just threw levitation on the kid, and then the kid could just activate it however he wanted.
Just like gotta tie a leash to him like a kid when you go out in public.
So, like, if he touches the wall, I control his altitude and his position as long as he isn't next to a wall, which specifically they can pull or push, and that's how they can move themselves. But essentially, he's suspended in midair via my command.
The spell to make enemies stop moving.
Yeah, that's the reason why I was like, if he's unwilling, because that's also in there. If they're unwilling, it's a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, but he didn't have any clue what was going on. He's just, he's there to carry the orb. That's all he knows that he's got to do.
I think he's an idiot.
Probably,
Don't tell him though.
Well, Digo, I'm not sure if Big introduced himself, but he's Big, and I'm Cloud. I'm Cloudy, and she will extend her hand.
Greetings. I came up. I heard the howling. I managed to fell a couple wolves on my way in, but it seemed like you all had it pretty well covered. I was amazed at all of your brilliant magics and moves. He does give a small wink to Talali.
Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to see one's practice appreciated.
Oh, I'm sure many appreciate you, and you as well, Miss Wendell, was it?
Yes.
Miss Swindle, is it? You are G-MILF. That means grandmother. I'd like to.
Don't.
Yeah, because I mean, he might have better luck with Miss Wendell than Cloudy. So then Cloudy's going to try to help sort of lower Aaron into sort of a more manageable height and try to convince him to follow them.
Digo will just lower it. Technically, if it's a person, I don't have a limit, but if it's an object, it's 500 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Aaron like, slowly lowers to the ground, and he holds his hand out for it to you, Tali.
While all that's going on, Big is wiggling the axe out of the ice eventually. Not like
Yeah.
super effectively. No, I'm not. He's not really worried about doing it quickly because he's still a little bit pissed off at the axe for not doing its job properly. So he's just like taking his time.
Yeah, as you're sort of like working it free, the axe is sort of like having a go at you, saying, "That was terrible, man. How the hell could you miss so hard and get me stuck in the ground?"
I don't know, because those little axes are doing a better job than you are. They're still proving themselves to be way better, except for this one for some reason. And I look at the one that missed every time.
Both of these two weapons are better, except for this one.
You know, basically, it's like constantly like it's just backwards and back and forth. You know, he says something and you're like, no, that's bullshit, man. Come on. You know, and
No,
it's
we're
just-
gonna argue forever. That's gonna be our dynamic.
you're like a married couple, constantly on the go.
And his
Yeah, but you do eventually manage to break it free. You know. Aaron, as I said, Aaron is holding his hand out to Tali. So what the rest of you guys do?
Put my hand out.
No, Aaron's all the way over there. But you're holding your. So now Miss Windle is holding her hand out, looking seductively towards Dane's character. This is not good.
Digo will hold out his hand for Miss Windle. Clearly, she might need some assistance, and then he'll hold out the crook of his arm in order to escort her properly.
Okay.
Buddy romance in the first scenes. Oh, it's adorable.
No, he put his hand out, so I did.
No,
I'm
no,
just being kind.
Aaron,
Digo will also.
Yeah.
Digo will dismiss his bow, so he sits there. He throws it up in the air, and it actually a shining light orbits around, and then it goes away.
Big looks up. Your bow's gone. Sorry. I know you probably liked it.
I do. I am quite attached to it. It is a shame that it did disappear. You're quite the clever lad, aren't you?
Oh, should I roll
He's
a
talking
d1?
down to you.
Well, it's up to Big how he wants to take that. You know,
Well, he
take it
doesn't
as
take it
condescending.
invincibly. He likes to be sarcastic. He's not
not
good at
trying
talking to
be
people. He's not
condescending.
No, we don't know
No.
anything about him. He might be sarcastic. He might be unflinchingly
Like-
sincere all the time.
Big is just like he'll say stuff that he think or that is clever enough for him. He just says it in a way that's not very socially acceptable. But he still thinks it's funny.
Sounds like his wielder. I mean, what?
Okay. Well, with that then, so like, Dane's helping Thingy down and well, kind of shooting off a Big, which it's gonna go. You guys sort of like take off and sort of like.
Oh, you'll take Aaron's hand and walk out with him.
Mhm. Yeah, as you grab hold of his hand, your mind is instantly filled with this incredibly soothing, mellow sort of harmonic music.
And also you have
It
a
sounds-
very strong desire to eat crayons.
That's
It's-
elevator music.
No, it's more kind of like when you're kind of
Sorry,
at the opera,
Graham,
but
did I join the score?
low, you know, kind of instead of shouting, it's just it sounds like a woman's voice, just you know, singing a single note but changing the pitch over and over. You know.
It sounds like this. I thought I told you to clean your room.
I was
No.
thinking the Halo theme, actually. Oh.
Yeah, that as a check, you know. It's kind of got a crystalline sound to it at the same time, you know.
Covenant.
Yeah, so
So where do you hail from, Miss Windle?
And this is while you guys are on your way back to town. I'll move the map straight to it. So.
Okay. I come from was it the Spire? Was that it?
You
The
came
Vale
from
of
hell,
Honor.
the middle of that volcano that you sent us to.
No,
I would suggest that you don't try to bang this old lady. She'll just send you to hell.
I come to from the Vale. Well, I've been hailing from the Vale for a while,
Wait, what?
for a few years. Like
Oh.
that's not where I'm from. That's I've just been living there and training my craft there.
Ah, your magic craft. Are you quite adept at it? I assume that the Vale is quite lovely, is why you spent so much time there as well.
It's pretty. It's decent. I've seen prettier places, but it's not bad.
It has a quite charm. Well, it must be quite charming in order to keep a charmer like you there.
Isn't that a charisma check?
Well, thank you.
He is technically flirted. He's trying to charm you here, so you know.
Yeah, I know.
You want a persuasion check?
Just a general charisma check, you know, to see how well you think he takes on this. Just for the shits and giggles, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, I feel like I'm persuading, and that's what I'm good at. But okay, can somebody roll me a d20?
Well, if you're trying to persuade her into getting information, that's
I want
different.
it to be like we walk into town and all the ladies just faint
Roll
as they see
11.
you.
Solid average.
Persuasion is like all the skills, because they're so condensed in 5e, like cover a lot of bases. It's not just persuading. It takes place in diplomacy, seduction.
Oh, I forgot what the size of houses now.
Yeah.
Oh,
So this
yeah,
one was
persuasion.
you're trying to really. The way you said it came across as if you was trying to charm her.
Yeah, I'm trying to persuade her to like me.
Okay, that's fine. Which I know that
All
11.
right, what was the roll? What's
was,
the roll?
11.
11.
Okay, so that's a total of 25.
Now she's pregnant.
Okay, well, Miss Wendell, you seem to like Dane's character a bit more. Sorry, I'm not going to remember the name right away. But you know, he seems to be a rather charming fella. You know,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that beats out anything you could roll. You know.
Ellie basically is kind of unresponsive as she's walking back to town with the kid, like she's just gazing off into space with just this intense smile on her face.
And as you're holding the boy, though, you know, you've never felt better. You know, more. You've never felt at ease or relaxed. You know, as you're traveling along. You know, the other guys are talking, and you barely hear them.
So what brings you out this way, Miss Wendell? You and your companions here, I assume they are just wanting to bask in your presence, or are they here upon their own agenda?
Mostly kind of in their own agenda, but we're kind of doing the same goal.
Oh, and what would that happen to be? It seems that destiny has led me to you, so I am curious as what the fates had in store to had me in the presence of such charismatic people.
Well, have you heard of the ill tidings going around the world right now?
Like, no, everywhere I go, everybody's happy because they look upon me and go, oh!
Pause for DM input. Do I know about the ill tidings going around the world?
Well, it's pretty much common knowledge, you know, of everything that's happening down south. You know, I mean, news like that doesn't stay in one region. You know, it does spread.
Okay.
So people are starting to become aware of what's actually happening down there.
Oh, so you're saying you all are looking to do right what once was wrong, or are you pushing it the other way?
We're gonna stop their god, or yeah.
We're gonna punch the pretty part, the pretty part of Turok's face in.
Yeah, what Big said, right? Not the words I would say, but that's his word. So yeah, well, I agree with it.
Ah, well, that is quite well. Do you mind if I tag along for a bit? I'm quite an easygoing fellow. I've been told I don't snore at night, but of course people do tend to be polite to me for my sensitive nature that it is there.
It's good that you know that because he'll
Do
be sleeping
you
right
mind
next to
if
you,
I
old lady.
accompany?
I don't, guys. Do you mind if this he joins us?
You seem to be smitten with
happy
him. I
with it.
think it's fine.
He just goes, I'm happy with it.
Splendid indeed. I'm glad to make your acquaintance. My full name, by the way, is Digo Morningstar.
You have the name of a weapon, but you seem to be a soft boy.
That seems young.
Oh, I am going to be endeared to your jokes. I can tell already, Big.
I gotta find my way to those ladies that
definitely
made Talia that suit, and I'm gonna lay the wolf out on there and be like, turn this skull into a hat and turn the rest of this into a nice coat, please.
Yeah, you guys
So
are. As
I
you guys was discussing it, you was just coming up to the edge of town. So right from there, you guys can go wherever you want. You just finished your conversation as you're coming across the bridge, and now you're just literally coming up into town.
I think our next goal is to go to the capital.
Well, I'm gonna go and get a little errand set up, and like Claudia is at, and like Claudia like boops his nose with her other hand, like she's behaving unusually smiley.
Okay, so yeah, Tali, you head off straight towards the inn, basically.
Hello.
Digo just says,
Ah!
she is also
Oh,
quite
sorry
the
about that. My,
sunflower in this
earbuds
abysmal tundra, isn't she?
Sorry, I missed half of that, I'm afraid.
What?
my earbuds weren't plugged in, so after she said I said she was smilier than usual, my earbuds weren't all the way plugged in, and then I realized it, pushed them in, and they popped, and that's why I went in the middle of what you were saying.
Digo, as she starts to leave, she turns to Miss Wendell he turns to Miss Wendell and Big and says, "She's quite the smiley one. Sounds like she is definitely the heart of the group. Would I be amiss in saying that?"
No, she's acting kind of weird.
Appears to me that you want to bang both the ladies of the party.
Yeah, but
don't even I don't even try to
that.
say it nicely. I just say it bluntly.
Yeah, as I said, you make it down here where the inn is, with Aaron, the rest of you guys, what do you do?
I want to go to the clothing shop, which is obviously this one right here.
Well, technically, it was down here.
Okay, obviously it was this one right here, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah, so you sort of knock on the door. It's not late in the day. You guys managed to make it back in relatively good time. And the older lady that runs the place, it's slightly larger. She comes up to the desk and says, "Okay, what exactly is it you are after then?"
I need myself a coat
and she
and
looks
a
at
hat
these and goes, "Oh
made
my,
from
these are a
this.
bit bloody, aren't they?"
Well, they need to be a little bit more cleaned. You should have saw them before. But we have a plan to go into the not so warm places. You know, it's been pretty hot here, but we're supposedly going to a place where it's a bit cold. I might need a little coat to keep myself the chills off. And also, I want this skull as a hat because it's cool.
Okay, we may be able to make some sort of cloak with the skull. With the skull as the headdress, I suppose. But the rest of it we can just wash and sort of like tan for you. I sort of like clean it up and make it into a sort of just a cloth, because other than the cloak, there's with the smaller ones, there's not a lot they can really do
Oh, so I didn't get
unless you
enough.
ask for something specific.
Well, so yeah, I wanted like a kind of a coat, like with arms and stuff, if possible, and just like maybe a hood that had the skull in it to put on my head.
Oh, okay. She says, "Yeah, sure. We could make that. We need to take measurements." She says and smiles, looking you up and down.
I'm in no hurry, but you might need 2 measuring tapes.
She says, I no doubt will. She gets one of the other assistants to give her a hand.
And a step stool.
And they take down all your measurements, and she says, "Okay, you can have that ready for you by tomorrow, I suppose. A bit of a rush job."
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty quick job, if that's the case. I would think it would take that long just to get the blood out.
No, we're quite proficient at that. But we can have it to you by tomorrow, sort of like say around midday-ish, mid-afternoon.
You can keep it nice and like furry, right? I want it to be a fur-looking coat. I want to look like a wolf.
Yep, that's not a problem.
Cool.
That will be like 20 gold overall, though.
I give you 30 gold.
Yeah, she pockets the extra
With a big smile.
She says, "Okay, well, we shall get straight to work." And she pats you on the cheek and then turns around and walks away, dragging the furs with her, as her assistant does the same. That leaves Miss Windle and Dane. What do you guys think?
I'm just waiting to go.
Yeah, go where?
To the capital.
Digo would probably escort Miss Windle all the way to the inn so she could sit down.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I will move it straight to the inn map if I can find it again. Yes, that one there.
I forgot, how are we going there? We can't go by boat, right? Because it's...
No,
I
the weather's
think
just literally
we're
turned
walking, or we can wait until the winter is over. It might even be faster. Unless you want to walk through a solid block of ice. I'm preparing for that, but it would be slower than just waiting until like 9 months down the road and then going in good weather. Because if we don't, we just die and eat each other because we're going to starve.
Then I'm going to go buy some snowshoes.
Well, you could just make snowshoes out of snow. That's how we do it here.
Yeah, I mean, you go to the blacksmith, you ask for them, and he says, "Oh, yeah, sure, that's not a problem. Quite common here, actually. I you didn't ask him sooner. That'll just be 5 silver for the set."
I want to go to the blacksmith while she's there or whatever. But I'm gonna ask if he can make some sort of like portable torch heater for the horses.
He hands you a stick with this wadding at the top and says, "Like that."
Can we attach this to horses to keep them from freezing?
Do we have horses?
Yeah, we have horses. I bought horses. You had horses to
When?
begin with. We got like war horses back on the before we went underground. We didn't leave them.
Yeah, we did.
I don't remember leaving. I'm pretty sure we brought them.
No, we left them.
No, you left the dog behind. You brought the horses with you. They were in the ship.
I wouldn't leave the horse I just bought. Or the 2 horses.
We kept the horses.
The only
I
one
don't
that got
need
left
the
behind was
snowshoes.
the fat one that got carried.
How the hell do you guys think? You didn't think I was going to be that much of a dick and like rob you guys of like this thing, man? Nah. Hang
Well,
on,
then I don't need the so. Well, maybe.
Well, you
Maybe
still might need to
I'll
walk
get
a
them
little bit,
just in
but
case.
Hang on,
Yeah.
I gotta find the right map now because I fucking lost
see, I don't see the horses here, except for the fat one. But he doesn't count anymore.
Yeah, you got rid of the fat one.
Yeah, he lives here now.
Yeah, sorry about this. I know this is annoying having to do it this way, but it just really will not
Hey, look,
go across when I
this is where he shouldn't go back to ever again.
Look.
Hey, remember that place? Explosions. But the previous place was also explosions, but for less good reasons.
There we go. Yeah, you guys all like shut up here. Yeah. Jeez. Tony, you're the first one to come through the door, and you know you can see terrorists behind the bar, and there's a couple of guys out with them actually around to where they would be.
If she's in such high spirits, she's gonna immediately go over to and say hi to Tara.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like almost creepily high spirits.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, well, Tara's the one in the middle up here. So she's serves behind the bar.
Both sides don't exist in this time frame.
Yeah. So, with you being the first one there, though, well, what are you doing exactly?
I guess I'll be out
She
here.
just comes over and asks if she can make arrangements for another room for their group for the little guy.
She looks at you and she says, "Oh, what the hell guy's this?" Aaron, he's not big enough for the bar yet.
I'm sorry, phased out.
You say you raise him up so she sees him.
Yeah.
She goes, "Oh, that is adorable," and and she starts staring at him, smiling and like scratching at him, and you kind of lose her for a couple of minutes.
Am I back to being me again?
Yeah, but as long as you're holding the kid's hand in a degree, or such, you're going to hear the same music and be overjoyed.
But okay, so he can do this to multiple people at once.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just making sure that as soon as the attention shifts to her, I'm not immediately back to normal.
It's how should I put it? It's not coming from him. The innocence part of it is, but the actual song isn't. And that's
Okay.
what's calming you. She's being enthralled by him, and you're being calmed by sound.
Okay. Oh, so that's two different things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, she's sort of gonna briefly explain. Yeah, he was out in the he was lost out in the wilderness, in danger from those wolves.
She nods her head and says, "Oh, that's sad that she finally manages to rip her eyes away from the child." To look at you again. So you found him out there. He must
Yeah.
be frozen. She shouts into the kitchen for them to make a sort of like really hot milk and bring it out immediately. And you hear no problem, and there's a banging and crashing.
All right, she'll get him set up. She'll just tell Tara. I'll give you the whole story. She'll tell Tara I can give you the whole story. And she goes and she gets Aaron a spot by the fire.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and as you're moving over there, that's when Dane and Miss Windle, holding hands, come through the door.
Oh, arm in arm.
I think
Yeah,
they're getting
well, yeah,
closer and closer as it goes.
Yeah. Mhm.
I feel like I'm not like totally like holding hands. I'm kind of like my hands up.
You're hanging from
know?
his shoulder with your face right next to his, going, ah,
No, like my
yes.
hands, like he's helping an old lady. Like it's not really like holding hands. Like
So you don't want Miss Windle to be Dane's arm candy? Oh, that's terrible, man.
no, whatever. Shut the fuck up.
This is my great granddad's trophy wife.
Yeah, I'm only messing, man. But yeah, you guys come in through the doors. You know, I mean, it's getting a little chilly outside. You know, so you do see like people.
No,
just,
no, I stopped holding his hands after a while.
Oh, yeah, okay. So what are you two doing as you coming in? I mean,
We shouldn't talk about it,
I
then
don't
you
know,
get a
sit down.
room.
I don't.
Okay, so you guys come in and you head sort of like over to where Miss Maria is. And big
Yeah.
as you come towards the door,
Boom! Hi, everybody.
make a
Hey,
dexterity
girl,
saving
drink
throw
me.
as-
What?
One sec. Before you come through the doors, make a dexterity saving throw to avoid the two guys that are barreling up, punching each other again.
Oh, those
And
guys.
as you notice, it's the same two guys as yesterday.
I don't even
Yeah.
react. I mean, like, hi, those are the guys.
Yeah, so you know, you guys hear as a fight literally erupts, you know, and these guys instantly barge out the door, punching each other, followed by Big walking through the door.
He says, he goes up to the bar and he's like, girl, drink me. I mean, put liquid inside of me. Give me
Damn
your
it, I was gonna
juice.
say that later. She's like, okay, sure, no problem. Will that be a large or a extra large ale?
Yes.
Okay, she
One
just
for each
brings you out
hand.
she brings you out like a couple of the biggest freaking decanters that she can find, filled with ale. And she's like, yeah, well,
Wait, this is what counts as a
oh,
large in this town? Jeez. You guys are tiny people. But thanks.
mhm.
I'll be
Yeah,
back
and
in a couple minutes. Or
she says
seconds.
that'll be 5 gold apiece.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and you hand her the money, and she's like, okay, thank you for your patronage. It's then that the cook, this woman, comes along and brings a plate of like cooked meats and bread and cheese and so forth for the kid, Aaron. And as she puts it down, she looks at him and doesn't get enthralled. Lucky. She's like, oh, that's a rather unusual boy. As she's walking away, shaking her head.
So whenever I stop touching Aaron, do I return to normal? Whenever I'm not physically touching the kid, do I return to normal?
So Aaron's basically sat right here at the up at the table, eating away, with one hand in his pocket still, because he's not, he keeps one hand on the orb at all points.
I'm not going to be the one who watches the orb because knows what this kid's been touching.
Okay. Well, you guys discussing the situation now, then I take it.
Yep.
I'm drinking.
Okay.
Well, hang on. Well, Dago, Digo, you have just stepped into a most interesting venture. Says Plolly.
Yeah, his microphone's muted.
Oh.
On thingy at the moment. I thought I'd just check.
Oh, shit! I've been talking like for a good minute. Alright, so
You be in the situation where you think everybody's responding to you I've been there, but they say
Kind
stuff that
of.
just matches what I'm saying all the time. It doesn't make sense.
So, as she approaches, be like, "Oh, go ahead, sit down. Please regale me of tales of your history. I'm sure it is quite interesting in the adventure that is upon us. I get quite bored all the time, so I'm sure this will keep me well enthralled."
Big looks at him.
Because he came up on Polly sitting there pretty much.
Big looks at him. As you get bored, here, give me another drink, and he hands him an empty cup. It'll keep you busy for a second.
Oh, you are quite quick-witted there, Mr. Big.
Do it.
Can I like wink to the waitress or whatever to kind of give her a signal to come on over?
Hey, baby.
Yeah. The serving girl one of them comes over and she's like, yes, what can I do for you? Fine
My
gentleman.
friend here would like a refill.
Oh, you're gonna have the lady do it? She's gotta go get a hand truck just to carry the cup back.
She says, sure, no problem. And she grabs the tankard and walks off. You know, she does come straight back. She's like over there. She puts them down on the table and says, okay, that'll be 5 gold apiece.
Digo wasn't asking for a drink for himself. He was just reiterating that he, Mr. Big, wanted a drink.
Yeah, I know, and she's holding her hand out to him.
Oh, okay.
Yep, here you go.
And she says thank you, and then she inadvertently glances at the boy. Doesn't get enchanted, and she's like, okay, weird. And she walks back to the bar area and starts serving other patrons and that lot. And everyone's just sitting there, you know, you can hear him happily eating all of his food, you know. Just like any boy, you know, it's disappearing, and you have no idea how he can eat so much.
Wait, is this name Aaron or is it?
Yeah, he's polite about it, you know.
Oh.
He's not stuffing it in his face like an animal, you know.
Not like a
So,
real man.
Polly's gonna. So once Polly's attention is back on the group, like her her sort of wide smile is replaced with her normal, just sort of sly look, and she seems to be speaking normally again. Well, Mr. Dago, it seems you've stumbled into quite an adventure.
Well, I definitely am looking forward to the inspiration that it'll cause me to be able to write in the future, or wax poetic about fond times that I've had with 2 beautiful women and a comedic fellow.
Oh, you're a writer. Have you published much?
Oh, not too much. Usually what I tend to write, the churches aren't exactly a fan of, so I'm, we'll say, conservative in those matters.
I see.
It's Master Jiraiya.
Well, young Aaron over here seems to have stumbled up to us with the very item we've been searching for.
Isn't that convenient?
Yes.
I say as my cat literally pushed my mic up above my head.
I wondered what that was.
Like, he just walks on top of me and puts it up there.
Good. Now, in order to forge it in such a weapon, Wendell, you said you spoke to the local blacksmith?
Yes.
All right. Now then,
He roams around, but at this time he might be in the capital city, because the the king likes his service.
Okay.
Probably a good place to. I'm assuming a good place if it to buckle down for the winter.
A man with many patrons in the court. Then I don't suppose you're very familiar with the intricacies of your monarchy, Big.
Oh, Biggs walked off. He's in the crap.
Oh, take a leak. Okay. Yeah, as Big goes to take a leak, just
A leak as well as others. He's gonna make
Yeah,
a
yeah.
man-sized.
Your attention is so riveted on the child eating that you didn't even notice the Big got up. You know, it's like, huh? Oh, okay.
That's great.
So, come on, Rip.
You're not gonna want to go in there.
Mhm. And he didn't even wash his hands. Gross.
Nope. I was gonna say it, but I was gonna leave it and see what happened.
The question is, do you lick your hands clean? Good.
Not licking my hands clean, but also not terribly worried about what's on them.
Gross. But anyways, yeah, Big comes in, and you know, after a couple of seconds, you notice that he's there. So, welcome back. You know.
Feel 50 pounds lighter. Now I only weigh 700 pounds.
I don't suppose you're too familiar with the workings of your nation's monarchy.
Well, we've got a good guy that tells during war times what all of our naval ships should do, but generally he doesn't really have a whole lot of say in what we're doing. He's just kind of a figurehead most of the time. But if we get to him and we tell him what's going on, he might be able to put out the word to gather up the troops and prepare for the ass slapping of the century against Turak.
Yes, Mogos, if they aren't in this kingdom already, it won't take long before they start coming. The Mogos are the name of Torak's cult. Because that's what I have written down.
Oh,
Yeah, Murgos. You know, they're kind of like the dark priests. You know, the ultimate religious cult, basically. You know, the actual people are called Angaraks.
You can be
But
convinced.
those are that's the race of humans. You know, the Murgos are the priesthood. The ones that deal.
Mogo is rank. Angarak is the race.
Yeah. You know, if you're an Angarak, you're generally a peasant. You know, unless you're a Murgo, then you have a station, depending on how powerful you are.
Right. Well, if your king can be convinced to go to war with them, then that would certainly do.
I'm sure he could be
Well,
convinced.
for
We
Chief-
just got to bring him this piece of paper that the other king gave us. You know, us Cherriks are all about going to war with Torak. That's like our hobby almost.
Well, everyone needs a goal. But he doesn't have much command. But he doesn't really have much social command outside of mobilizing your warriors.
Yeah, we're pretty independent within our ships, like our fleets or whatever. We kind of go out and do our own thing until wartime, and then we're just pretty focused on winning.
Holly shrugs. Seems like a way of naming yourself king if you're going to limit your power in such a way, but I'm not.
I'll explain it so that it makes more sense. During wartime, the king has absolute power over all the naval forces. That means any merchant ship is a warship, and any warship is a merchant ship in peacetime. But you know what I mean by the king controls the fleets. You know, so he actually has quite a bit of power. You know, he's not really just a figurehead. You know, if he says jump, every chariot will say how high, sir. Or if he says jump into the water, they'll say how deep do you want us to go. So he does have a fair amount of power. It's just the average citizen can still do what they want as long as it doesn't interfere with the crown.
All right. And so he has king, queen, and does he do all the captains just report to him? Or does he have generals and admirals for that?
He has generally he has a bunch of generals for it, four of them, one to control each sector.
Probably sort of makes a mental note of how everything's set up.
And it should be also noted that on the actual open water, no other race has any kind of ship that can truly, really counter a Charic warship built for war. Loaded for war. So that's the information that he generally gives you.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
typing this.
So
Yeah, I'm typing this down is what I said.
okay, so what are you guys in there?
Well then, Dago, if you're interested in your next writing your next piece, this might be a good place to start. So, Big, you don't know how far away your capital is, do you? Off the top of your head?
Far. This land stretches out over the amount of land it stretches out over. I don't know.
Well, the capital from where I have landed is at least a couple of weeks trek in normal weather.
It was called what, like a
Val Alon,
Valalorn, there it is. And where are we?
to the south.
Okay,
On the
that
south
helps.
coast, basically.
I see on this map I'm looking at, we got like a cheekbone and an elder slaver river and a
Yeah,
Trailheim.
I don't have the map up at the moment, so
No, I'm just trying to kind of figure out vaguely.
Yeah, because when I had to reset this machine, I lost everything. So I don't have all of the maps I had.
Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, we got a ways to go. We better start walking. We'll be there eventually.
In this weather, and we have to go further north?
Everywhere is walking distance if you have the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Live
Well, normally Cherics have they only have to worry about travel during the winter time because they generally travel everywhere by ship, but in winter time they have the ships are basically grounded.
We could put wheels on the ship and then have the horses pull it.
Well, no, because the seas around Cheric become rough, and a fair number of ships have been lost to the Cheric War because of being out in the waters in wintertime. The Great Maelstrom that's dividing the north and south parts of Cheric.
I say this with utmost respect to your people and their mighty fleets and your heritage, but what is wrong with you people? How can you live in a place where the very rain is frozen before it even reaches the ground?
How could you not? I don't understand how you people need to sleep under giant sun lamps just to survive. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, and whilst you're saying this, Terra brings over a small, yet again another piece of fur and puts it over Aaron. And she's just like concerned that he's too cold.
Just try to suffocate him.
And she smiles at you and walks back.
Every 3 seconds, she comes back with another one, and another one, and another one, and another
then
one, and another one, and it just keeps going. And we're just like, this is
pile of
getting
furs.
excessive.
And there's a big pile of furs there, and Aaron walks out from behind another chair on the other side of the room as she's still piling furs on the pile.
Every time she comes by, she smiles at us. Like she didn't smile at. She didn't remember she did it just a couple seconds ago. Or like, there she is again.
No, but you can tell it's like you can tell that it's the big sister mentality is kicking in, So she's like, okay, he's tiny, he must be cold, Put more fur on him. Yeah, use that.
Dane?
That's safe, man.
Yeah, I'm like super tired, so I was just kind of letting you guys know. I think I'm gonna go to bed. So
Yeah,
sorry, I don't.
say you go up upstairs, to a room. To take Miss
Real life. He's going to bed.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer you guys are gonna play. So
Yeah, you can take your character up to bed and just log off. Just
all right, he'll just say, "I will see you all in the morning." Then.
No.
Wendell wants to, see him tonight.
He's going to his room, but it also happens to be Miss Wendell's room.
Diego gets a room by himself.
Oh, come on, man. We gotta let this budding romance happen. Come on.
Can Aaron stay with you?
With who now?
I'm talking to Wendell. Can Aaron stay with you? I've got my religious items upstairs.
This kid is creeping me out. I mean, I carry drugs just because.
The eggs.
Dun, dun, dun.
And well, I doubt little sister could. I doubt that little sister could bring herself to ever harm the kid. I don't want to chance it. She hasn't bitten in a long time, and she's getting agitated.
And then you hear from upstairs, Dago's like, "Ah! What the hell? This worm bit me." Then he dies.
Oh yeah. Dane's character could just instantly die.
Oh yeah, man, that could be, if it's sneak attack.
The snake kills big, and the snake dies.
Yeah, the snake bites him so hard.
I thought you died.
The snake actually is about to bite him, but then the snake falls in love with him, and then Miss Wendell and the snake are competing for his affection.
That'd be Charlie.
I thought you died. I thought you got bitten by a snake. Yeah, well, I did get bitten by a snake, but 5 agonizing days. Then the snake died. That is a quote from Chuck Norris himself.
Expendables, yeah. One of the Expendables.
The greatest Chuck Norris joke ever because it came out of his own mouth.
So, I mean, yeah, you guys are sort of still sitting there. Aaron's still eating away, discussing what on earth are you gonna do with this boy? Because it is a rather unusual situation.
I missed a lot of that. It seemed a bit robot-y.
What are we gonna do with the kid?
Well, we gotta take him with us.
Well, certainly, because I don't know what the spirit meant when it said don't touch that only he can carry the orb, but I'm not about to risk it.
We should get a big bag and strap him to a horse.
Like this are nothing to be trifled with.
Yeah, at the mention of the orb, though, he does pull it out and hold it up in front of you.
I was going to quickly glance around just to make sure that nobody else saw it and just gesture for him to put it away again.
He smiles and puts it away again.
Taste the orb.
And his attention is instantly back on the food again.
gotta take a kid. We gotta go find the blacksmith. That's our goal.
Well, then the question is, when are we going to? Are we going to go now before winter gets worse? Or are we going to go come spring?
Wait, I didn't know
Well,
what
We
What-
don't know when Turok is gonna strike, so we should get done as fast as
And
we can.
we also don't know how long the blacksmith is likely to stay in one place, because you said he wanders around.
what
Yeah.
what level or what section of winter are we currently in? Is it the calm part, or is it getting worse,
So we
or are
just
we
used the
in
last-
the thick of it?
Well,
We
you-
came in
you
on the
can-
last boat before the docks closed for winter. So we're
No.
pretty much
No. You got here just basically as winter was starting for this area. It travels southward. It basically flows out to sea.
so further north. Winter has already started.
Yeah.
Where
You know,
we're
so
going.
yeah, so the winter's not going to last as long as the more northward you go. Basically it's like getting closer to the point where it's going to stop.
We stay If we stay here, we run the risk of our presence being discovered and of the enemy making a move on it. But we also have the chance to amass more friends and more of a base here and with good weather and travel over the seas with good weather in spring.
And in the amount of time it would take us to walk up there, it could take us so long, and we could get lost in the frozen white blizzard north and die, rather than just ride a boat comfortably. So
Well,
it's
you know the
questionable.
way. Don't you know the way through there? Have you
Do you
tried?
know the way?
Yeah, it's like when you go into a blizzard and you just close your eyes and walk in a direction, pretty much.
Well,
The way you get through a blizzard is you have a stick or a rope with you, and you lay it on the ground, pointing the direction you're going, and then you just hunker down. And then once the blizzard goes through, you try and find the stick or rope. Rope is better because it's really long,
And
so
you-
if it gets buried under the snow, it's easier to find. And you double check which direction it is, and you just keep going.
And then at the end of that rope, there's a polar bear that eats you.
Yeah, right. But
Well, that's the direction polar bear. That's how you know you're going the right way, is when you get eaten and die.
Found you.
but you also do know that the horses are able to make the trek from here to the capital with relative ease, because there is the most of the road is going through like ancient forest. There are sections where it's out in the open, like near the water's edge, cliff sides or beaches and so forth.
So it's not
You know,
really that
the-
much of like a harsh winter, only towards the people who aren't used to harsh winters.
Yeah. I mean, as a Charrick, you know that it is traversable.
All right.
Yeah, Twali misses rainforest.
Mm-mm.
I was kind of under the impression it was just like a death trap out there.
Well, no, it's more a case of if you get caught in the worst weather at the most inappropriate time, you can be screwed over instantly, pretty quickly. And also, the wildlife out there isn't exactly the friendliest.
Well, that's the fun
But
part.
with the horses, the trip is doable.
Yeah, it is doable. It'll just take a while, because you won't be able to move at a extremely high speed.
Right. And of course, we're taking, and of course, Plali, who wants nothing to do with the cold, the 2 raptor eggs, the snake, and the boy. And the boy and of those 5, the boy is probably the most durable in the cold. Because the boy's a local.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so it's big, kind of.
Oh yeah, that's not a problem for me.
Yeah, like I was never worried about Big making the trip.
It's all the other stuff and people.
You also know that you could also invest in a cart to hitch up to the horses to help you travel a bit easier.
They got good roads going up that way.
Well,
Okay.
it's used to sort of like wagon travel, you know.
We
What with
put
merchants
skis
and
on
so
the wagon.
if you wanted to.
So yeah,
Could
are we
we
just
get-
looking over a map like as we're discussing this and comparing what route it would be?
Yeah.
Can we just get a bunch of dogs
I
and
imagine we'll be
a
here for
huge
2
sled?
Cool.
And by the end, Polly says, "Well, I don't like it, but if you think we can make the trip now, we can make the trip in winter now, then I'll agree. Then I'll agree with you to go do it."
Well, it's technically possible.
But whilst you're all discussing that, though, Tara does come over to check on everybody, and she turns to you, Tiny, and says, "Oh, I found out a bit of information for you. The blacksmith that you guys are looking for, his favorite hunting ground is the Troll Mountains in the north.
The
Tara,
same-
you're a dream come true.
Is it the same direction as the capital?
The capital's is off to the east, well, northeast, technically.
North, northeast, they both contain north.
Yeah, the Troll Mountains, though, is considerably northwards.
So it's past the capital.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
All right, Polly says,
I think if that's the case, then we still need to hit the capital because our main goal was always to hit the capital and rally the king.
"Right, we do have to do that anyway." Polly is going to take Tara's hand, and if Tara allows it, just kiss it, just in gratitude.
She smiles and says, "Thank you, but I was just doing my job. You asked us to keep an ear out, and I did." Yeah, Troll Mountains is definitely way north. Sorry, just had to check. One sec. Yeah, she smiles and says, "Thank you for your kind words," and heads back away and says, "I hope the information was useful."
Yes, thank you.
Right.
And she's sort of, as she's walking away, though, she is looking at Aaron, you know, but not making eye contact, as if she's learnt from that mistake. But she is smiling the whole way.
I think this kid is made out of
Sure.
drugs.
So
At least
plan-
Aaron won't have difficulty making friends along the route.
So next time
Who's
we play,
taking Aaron?
we're going to the capital.
So who's taking Aaron when it comes to bedtime then?
Me.
Okay. So yeah, you guys disappear upstairs and then leaving just Tony and Rib sitting there. And I think that's where we'll end it, yeah?
Alright. Sounds like a fair spot.
Yeah, Polly'll just spend the rest of the evening, like, she'll check on the eggs and on her snake and let her snake, complain at her, and also sort of show off the new pouch to carry her in.
Well,
And then she'll just come, and then as long as Big's out here drinking, she'll just take one of her grams of religious iconography and just come down and hang out.
and start having a merry time. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And well, that's where we'll end it then.
Alright then, anybody hanging out, have a good night, and see you next time. Bye!
Have a good evening.